Here at the Francis Lastic grounds in Grizzly for match number 23 in the St. Lucia Premier League Season 6. A crucial encounter between the Micoud Eagles and the South Castries Lions on cards here this evening. 5th versus 6th in the point standing. Both teams looking to make claim for those 4 playoff spots that are on the line. South Castries Lions, they only remain 1 game, having played 6 games. Meanwhile, the Micoud Eagles, they still have losing hand, 3 games still to play. All on the line here this evening, as the 2 teams are about to exchange pleasantries. And the national anthem.
Good night, good night, good night. I am your presenter, Chloe Dantes, and welcome to the Lastic grounds in Grizzly for match number 23. It's the Premier Sports Inc. in collaboration with the government of St. Lucia, presents National Lotteries Authority SPL T20 cricket. It's SPL SIC where we show them how to party. Of course, we have to give a big shout out to our gold sponsors, Cot St. Lucia, bringing value home, BTSM, Silver Partners, Loot Select, Computer and Business Services, Creek Clubs, Four Circles, Magical Insurance, Flow, Forest Pinks, and of course, our media partners, DBS, MBC, Root FM, and Vibe Radio. Tonight's game features Dr. Freezer, South Castries Lions versus the Micoud Eagles. But first, before we begin, we have to all stand up for the national anthem. Decided to bowl first. You guys, shake hands.
As the 2 teams greet each other here this evening, before the battle begins out in the middle, we are going to take you to what happened at the toss out in the middle. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Francis Lastic grounds in Grizzly for match number 23 in SPL 6. We await what will be an exciting encounter between the South Castries Lions and the Micoud Eagles. We are about to take the toss, and joining me out in the middle are the 2 captains, Mervyn Wells of the Micoud Eagles, Kester Charlemagne of the South Castries Lions, umpire Cesar De Coto, and match referee Matthew Joyne. Kester has the coin. Tails is the call. Heads up. And heads it is. Confirmation there from umpire De Coto. So Kester Charlemagne, you've won the toss this evening. What are you going to do and why?
We'll look to bowl first this evening.
Any reason for choosing to bowl first this evening?
Grizzly has been, a bit difficult to defend on, so we're just looking to restrict the opposition and hopefully get over the line.
4 games now, you've not had that win that you've been looking for. What do you need to get right today to ensure that you are victorious?
I mean, it's just playing good cricket right throughout and not in patches like we did, which cost us the previous games. So tonight we're just looking to play better cricket throughout the game.
And finally, any changes to your 11?
No, same team as the last game.
All right, go well in this encounter.
Thank you.
Moving Wells, you've lost the toss and you have to bat first here at the Francis Barber Lastic ground. If you had won, what would you have done?
I would have a ball first.
You are the team that has played the least amount of games. Do you see that as an advantage or disadvantage heading down to crunch time in the tournament?
Yeah, it's an advantage. I know lots of teams are home watching because I know you know how the points table stand. So you know it's kind of critical for some of the teams and also my team also.
Any changes to your 11 this evening?
Yeah, Ted Jonas is out and Gavid Seri is in.
All the best in today's encounter. So the news from the middle is that the South Castries Lions, they've won the toss and elected to bowl first. We'll have a look at the playing surface for this evening's encounter. We had a game here yesterday, so it's the same wicket that was used. We could see the dark spots in there, which suggests that there is moisture in the surface, so the new ball bowlers will really enjoy bowling on here. But as history would tell you, and statistically, at the Francis Barber Lastic ground, a high scoring ground, so you can expect a lot of runs in this encounter. And there you have it. This is what transpired at the toss. The South Castries Lions winning the toss and electing to bowl first here this evening at the Francis Barber Lastic grounds. As we see the introduction of the opening pair for the Micoud Eagles. And immediately it looks like a change at the top of the order from previous games. It will be their overseas player out of Grenada, Samuel Charles, partnering Dominic Ogis at the top. Samuel Charles and Dominic Ogis, the leading run scorers for the Micoud Eagles so far in SPL 6. A clear intent from them here this evening. They would know that they need to get as many runs as possible if they are to put the South Castries power under pressure here this evening. Joining me in commentary is Joe St. Math. Good evening, Joe.
Good evening, Dexter. Good evening, listeners and viewers. And we are in for an interesting game here tonight at the Barber Lastic ground. South Castries Lions versus the Micoud Eagles.
Yes, and to open the bowling for the South Castries Lions from the Players Pavilion end, it will be Daniel Jean-Baptiste. It's customary. Field power play fielding restrictions in the first 6, only 2 fielders allowed outside the circle. And Captain Kester Charlemagne has opted for a deep backward square leg, and the man at fine leg for the left-handed Dominic Auguste. The Micoud Eagles stroke makers would be happy that they are back at the Francis Barber Lastic ground. The last game at the Lafargue playing field, they really struggled to get going in the power play. And they would be hoping for a change here this evening as we are on the way. A full delivery there from Jean-Baptiste. That one goes by to be taken by the keeper. Joe, the Micoud Eagles, they still have 3 games in hand. Both teams will be looking to get a victory here this evening to really stake their claim for that vital playoff spot, the top 4 teams. Another good delivery there from Jean-Baptiste, really tucking Dominic Auguste up. Only managing to find a man at mid-wicket, and there's no run. Yes, Joe, as I was saying, both teams will be looking to get that victory here this evening. What do they really have to do to get it right?
Just one point. You said the Micoud Eagles has 3 more games. And the South Castries Lions, that's the last game?
Yes, correct,
Yes.
Joe.
So the South Castries Lions, they will really have to try and win this game tonight.
They certainly do. As Jean-Baptiste continues, that one is a short delivery. Top edge, an opportunity for the man at third man. And Kester Charlemagne puts it down. So an opportunity created there by Daniel Jean-Baptiste. The man had just been placed on the third man boundary. Dominic Ogis going for the pull shot. That one ballooning in the air, carrying all the way down to the third man region. A drop chance there for the South Castries Lions.
Kester Charlemagne, the captain, one of the safest hands on the team. So we don't know what really went wrong, but the Micoud Eagles will be happy with this drop chance.
Two fielders out for the right-handed Samuel Charles, who's on strike now. As he advances and looks to take the attack to Daniel Jean-Baptiste, not wasting any time, trying to put pressure back on to the South Castries Lions. Not making any connection. So a very aggressive start there from Samuel Charles. Just what we've seen from him so far in SPL 6.
But Jean-Baptiste just considering one run of the over so far, so the South Castries Lions will be very happy with the work of Jean-Baptiste.
The Eagles really looking to make amends for that quiet power play they had in their previous game. And Samuel Charles advancing again, but not making any connection. Looking to heave that one over the leg side. Really losing his shape. Ball that was short and wide, but outside the off stump. And Charles looking to hit that one in the direction of the feather banners. He has not succeeded. It's not quite ready to face up. And he pulls away. Score 1 without loss. Still one delivery to go. In over number 1, a very good start for the South Castries Lions. A chance was created. Unfortunately, it was put down by the captain, Kester Charlemagne, on the third man boundary. It's Daniel Jean-Baptiste really unlucky. Final delivery of over number 1. Short delivery and keeper not able to pull that one back in, and that goes away into the boundary for 5 wides, being signaled by the umpire. So an aggressive delivery there for Daniel Jean-Baptiste, trying to close out the over, but contributing 5 wides to the Micoud Eagles.
Yeah, so a let off there by Jean-Baptiste. He had a very good over before this delivery, and he decided to pitch short on the ball, passing way over the head of the batsman, and resulting in 5 wides. So not a good delivery by Jean-Baptiste.
Andre Fletcher, the keeper, unable to prevent that one from going through. Another short delivery, and that one going past the air of Samuel Charles as he nods his head in acknowledgement of the pace in that delivery from Daniel Jean-Baptiste. So after the first over here this evening, the Micoud Eagles, they are 6 without loss.
Yeah, despite the 5 wides, it was a good over by Jean-Baptiste. And the batsman Samuel could not put bat to ball. And so the South Castries Lions, they will be very happy with this first over from Jean-Baptiste. Just 6 runs coming off the over.
Yes, and Daniel Jean-Baptiste, he has been the most prolific wicket taker for the South Castries Lions. He's already picked up 8 wickets in the competition so far. So the Lions, they would be needing him to continue that wicket taking, to continue taking wickets for them in this encounter if they are to prevail here this evening against the Micoud Eagles. And the Micoud Eagles making a change at the top of the order, as we would have said, with Dominic Ogis now being partnered by Samuel Charles. 2 aggressive batsmen by nature. They've shown that they have the ability to really take the attack. 2 teams inside the power play. And bowling from the commentary box end for the Lions, it will be Xavier Gabriel. He will be bowling to the left-handed Dominic Ogis. The 2 fielders out, a deep third man and a fine man on the fine leg boundary, right arm over the wicket. That one seems to be a slower ball to start things off there, Joe, from Xavier Gabriel.
Good delivery by Gabriel, because Dominic Ogis was thinking that he would get a delivery with some pace, but Gabriel keeping that one back, and the batsman could do no more but to defend. So good first delivery by Xavier Gabriel.
As was mentioned at the toss, there is some moisture available. So this opening spell is very crucial for the bowling team. So that one is a full delivery and Ogis hits that one. There's a chance for a run out at the striker's end. And McDonald missing the stumps. Dominic Ogis hitting that one uppishly to the fielder at mid-off and set off for a run. Samuel Charles, he was not interested at all.
The ball was going a bit too quick for that single, and so it would have been suicidal. So now they are having a little confab out there in the middle.
Dominic Ogis in the last 2 deliveries that he's faced seemed to be struggling with his timing. Chance did go down off him in the first over. As Gabriel continues. And that one, he flashes and goes past the fielder at short third man and into the boundary for 4. The first boundary of the bat here this evening for the Micoud Eagles.
Yeah, wide delivery outside the off stump and the batsman going for the drive, the ball peeling off the outside edge and going down to the third man area for 4. So the Micoud Eagles will be happy with this boundary.
Yes, they would be very happy with picking up that boundary, especially Dominic Ogis having been put down earlier in the first over, actually by Kester Charlemagne, as Xavier Gabriel continues. And that one is pitched up and Ogis tries, but straight to the fielder at mid-on, and Kester Charlemagne prevents the chance of a single. The score 10 without loss, 2 deliveries left in over number 2.
A good comeback delivery there by Gabriel.
Short delivery from Gabriel and Ogis going through for that pull shot, not making any connection. So we have seen from both bowlers so far that when they are prepared to really hit the deck, that they do get purchase out of the surface here this evening. That one going past the chest area. Dominic Ogis slip in position. Deep backward square leg. Is that an opportunity? That one goes past the fielder at point and it will go close to the boundary. And Daniel Jabatis pulls it in. And the batsmen, they are able to come through for 2 runs. So that completes over number 2. 6 runs of Xavier Gabriel's first over, 12 without loss after 2.
Another bad over by Gabriel, just the boundary down to third man. So the first over by Jabatis, they got 6. The second one, they got 6. So not bad bowling at all by the South Castries Lions. And they will want to continue to bowl in tight areas and to make a breakthrough as soon as possible. But we have to commend them and the groundsmen in Swizzell, at the Mindufli Park, and here at the Lastic grounds. They have prepared some good pitches for us.
It's most definitely, Joe. We've had some very high scoring games and the bowlers, they've not been out of the competition. We've had some very crucial and important bowling spells as well. It's Daniel Jabatis, and this one did still a quick single there. The fielder at cover that looked like Bolton Sayers was not able to come in quickly enough and prevent that single. Good running there from Samuel Charles and Dominic Ogis.
Yes, and the batsman also played with soft hands, so the ball didn't travel quick to the fielder, and they were able to scamper through for the single. So good running between the two.
Yes, and the boundaries have not been coming by consistently in the power play so far. 2.1 overs. So good running between the wickets, keeping the scoreboard ticking. That one is a short delivery, and Dominic Ogis rides that one down to the third man region. One bounce to the fielder. Kester Charlemagne on the third man boundary picks up another single. He moves on to 8 from 10 deliveries. Samuel Charles. It will be very interesting to see how he approaches the remainder of this over. In Daniel Jabatis' previous over, we saw him advancing towards the bowler, but not making any connection on 2 occasions. As that one is high over the offside, and it goes all the way for 6. So he does make connection, And we have the first maximum of this encounter here this evening.
Good shot by the batsman Samuel, a ball just outside of stump, and he went through with the shot and the ball going over the extra cover region for 6. So a good shot, and the Micoud Eagles, they will be happy with this 6 by Samuel.
Yes, most definitely. It seems to be a ploy from the Micoud Eagles team to get them more informed batters at the top of the order. As this one is continuous, and that shot and dispatched over backward square leg for another 6. So back-to-back 6s there from Samuel Charles, really taking the attack to Daniel Jean-Baptiste in over number 3.
And Jean-Baptiste losing the plot there for a while after he was spanked over extra cover for 6. Now he bowled a short delivery on about leg stump, but just outside leg, and the batsman Samuel Charles was into his wicket in a flash and hitting it down to the backward square leg area for 6. So Jean-Baptiste is under some pressure in this over.
Yes, most definitely. Pitched up delivery previously, hitting that one over the offside all the way for 6 over extra cover. And Daniel Jean-Baptiste followed that one up with a short delivery. And Samuel Charles, he was equal to the task, swiveling and being able to pull that one over the deep backward square leg region for another maximum. And the fielders are still out searching, trying to retrieve that ball that went over the boundary. So a good start there. Good counter punch from the Micoud Eagles team, in particular Samuel Charles, after 2 very good overs from Daniel Jean-Baptiste and Xavier Gabriel.
Yes, so the Micoud Eagles, they really putting the foot on the accelerator now and putting the South Castries Lions bowlers under some pressure. So the South Castries Lions, they will want to see the back of one of these batsmen in a hurry.
Yes, so we had 2 very quiet overs to begin proceedings here at the Francis Baba Lastic ground. Over number 3, back-to-back 6s from Samuel Charles. You can see that tower skyrocketing over the previous 2. And Micoud Eagles, they will be hoping that he can continue in that vein. The South Castries Lions, they would want to see the back of Samuel Charles as quickly as possible. 2 fielders out deep, 3rd man and a man at long on. Jean-Baptiste continues, and that one is over the offside, and that will challenge the boundary. 1 bounce and over the rope now. So 3 consecutive boundaries there from the bat of Samuel Charles. After a quiet start to the over, just 2 singles, he has responded with 2 6s and a 4.
Daniel Jean-Baptiste really is under the pump in this over, and Samuel Charles have no mercy on him, and Daniel Jean-Baptiste will have to find a way to keep Charles quiet, but at the moment it's the Eagles, they are flying high.
Yes, and Daniel Jean-Baptiste may want to take a page from his previous over where he bowled back of a length outside the off stump to Samuel Charles, was not able to get those deliveries away. But he continues and he pitches that one up, and it's spanked but straight to the fielder out at long on. And Xavier Gabriel goes down, and it will just be a single. Almost taking out Dominic Ogis at the non-striker's end with that one. And that brings over number 3 to an end. The Micoud Eagles, they have increased their scoring rate, going at 10.33 runs per over now. The score, 31 without loss.
Daniel Jean-Baptiste will be happy that he closed off the over with just a single of the last delivery, but he was punished by Samuel Charles with 2 6s and a 4 in the over. So the Micoud Eagles, they will feel that they are coming back slightly into the game, but the South Castries Lions, they will be disappointed that they got an opportunity to get the batsman out, but the catch was dropped by Kester Shalmine.
Yes, and ever since that opportunity went down, we saw Dominic Ogis. He has been a lot more conservative. He has been watchful. As we see the first bowling change for the South Castries Lions, it will be the first sign of spin this evening. It will be Daniel McDonald from the commentary box and replacing Xavier Gabriel, who had a quiet first over. So it's a very interesting bowling change. Samuel Charles will be on strike. And McDonald right on the money. And Charles has to come forward in defense. A good start there for McDonald. And he goes through for the sweep. That one brushing the pad. That's the signal from umpire Sipal. And no wide call. So 2 dot balls to start over number 4. Faster delivery on the line of the stumps. And that one trickles out to the short fine leg region. And they scamper through for a single for the first run. Was there a signal from the umpire? No. So that one coming off the bat of Samuel Charles, trying to hit that one past the fielder at short fine leg. 32 without loss, halfway through over number 4. Brings the left-handed Dominic Ogis on strike. The 2 fielders out at deep long on and a deep backward square, deep square leg fielder, sorry. So with some adjustments being made. Fielder at short, third man being brought across. Slip in position as well. That one is flighted and it's an opportunity, is it? Ogis trying to work that one into the leg side. That one a lot slower from McDonald, mixing up his pace there to good effect. 32 without loss. Looking to get those deliveries to really spin away from the left-handed Ogis. And that one is shot and cut past the fielder at short third man and into the boundary. So Dominic Ogis does not get carried away and he stays in his crease, rocks back and cuts that one past the short third man fielder for another boundary.
Magnificent shot there by Dominic Ogis. A short delivery by McDonald, and he had the whiff to free his hands, and he did so expertly down to the backward point area for a lovely shot by Dominic Ogis.
5 runs off the over so far. Still 1 delivery to come. And that one is a slower delivery, flighted generously there by McDonald. And Ogis only managing to hit that one down to the fielder at long on, and it will only be a single. So at the end of over number 4, the Micoud Eagles team having been asked to bat first, they are 37 without loss.
And so far they will be very happy with the progress that they have made so far. And the 2 batsmen, Dominic Ogis and Samuel Charles, they are going along merrily, 37 without loss. And so they will want to push on a little more to get at least 60 or 70 after the power play is over.
We have that one very tall tower inside the power play. So far, still 2 overs left in the power play. Daniel Jabatis will continue from the players' pavilion end to the left-handed Dominic Ogis. And that one he pushes into the offside and they go through for a comfortable single. Gets the dangerous Samuel Charles back on strike. In the previous over, he really took the attack to Daniel Jabatis, and I think that Daniel Jabatis needs to go back to what he did in the first over, which is back of a length outside the off stump and really set the field accordingly. At present, it's a long on and a deep point fielder. Let's see his line of attack as he continues. That one is a full delivery, and Samuel Charles drives this one, but straight to the field at mid-off. And Samuel Charles has been all-out attack once Daniel Jabatis is bowling to him.
Yes, so he was sent as the pinch hitter, and so far he has done a good job for his team.
Jabatis continues, and that one is hit wide into the vacant deep mid-wicket region. And that is another boundary. So Samuel Charles, he moves into the 20s, 22 of 13. And Daniel Jabatis, he's been expensive this evening, 2.3 overs, and he's already conceded 30 runs.
Now, Samuel Charles is taking a liking to the bowling of Daniel Jabatis, and he's spanking him to all corners of the field. And Jabatis will want to take his revenge. So let's see what he will do with this delivery.
Halfway through over number 5 as Jabatis continues. That one is a short delivery and punched off the back foot. That one goes past the bowler, but straight the fielder at long on comes across. And there will only be a single. So 6 runs off the over so far. Still 2 deliveries to come. And just that delivery there, that last delivery from Daniel Jabatis, back of the length outside the off stump. That seems to be the difficult or the problem area for Samuel Charles. Daniel Jabatis, he has strayed away from that, and every time he has been punished. He's bowling to the left-handed Ogis now. And that one is a slower delivery, and the keeper, Fletcher, not being able to collect that one cleanly. He was deceived by that slower ball as well as the batsman. And that one resulting in 4 byes. So not going the way of the South Castries Lions at the moment. The score moves up to 47 without loss.
Yeah, so probably Fletcher getting an awkward bounce. So that's why he could not hold on. So the Micoud Eagles, they wouldn't mind how the runs come as long as it is being scored on the scorebook.
Final delivery of over number 5. And that one is an opportunity. And Royce Paul it is, diving to his left. And he made that look so easy. But that ball really traveled quickly to the man at backward point. Can we get a look of this one on the replay? That's the ball that went for 4 byes. But a brilliant catch there from Royce Paul in the backward point region. Flinging himself to his left and holding on, more importantly, after we had seen a catch go down earlier for Dominic Ogis. But he has to go this time. Caught Royce Paul as we see that one on the replay now. Going down low to his left. And the first wicket goes down. 47-1, the Micoud Eagles.
Brilliant catch by Paul. Diving low and taking that ball inches off the ground. And Daniel Jean-Baptiste will be very happy to get the wicket of Dominic Ogis, who was dropped previously. So the Micoud Eagles, they have lost their first wicket, and the South Castries Lions will be very happy to get the breakthrough.
Yes, indeed. A timely breakthrough there for the South Castries Lions as the Micoud Eagles threatened to really run away with that power play. 47 without loss. Dominic Ogis, he had to go 14 of 16, 2 fours. And it will be Daniel McDonald to continue the attack. His second over, he had a pretty quiet first over, only conceding the 5 runs. He will be bowling to the right-handed Charles. That one is a full toss and spanked through the cover region for 4. Really a gift presented there from Daniel McDonald. And Samuel Charles saying, thank you, man, and hitting that one all along the ground and into the boundary for 4.
Bad delivery there by the bowler, McDonald. And Charles had no second invitation and just spanking that down to the boundary for 4. So the 50 has come up, the 51-1.
McDonald needs to come better than that, as that one is flighted and hit long and high, wide of the long on fielder for 6. So Samuel Charles, he has started the final over of the power play with a 4 and a 6. 57-1, the Micoud Eagles.
Not good bowling at all by McDonald on the batsman, Samuel Charles, taking full advantage.
That one was retrieved rather quickly. And that one another full toss. And will the fielder at mid-off be able to cut that off? No, he is not able to. And 3 consecutive boundaries there from Samuel Charles. 4, 6, and followed up with another 4. He moves on to 37 of just 17 deliveries. Daniel McDonald, a really expensive second over there from him. 14 of the first 3 deliveries.
You just cannot understand. He's just serving full tosses all the time.
That one was flighted, and will that be the same result? No. The Kester Shalman being able to come across to his right and cut that one off. But that one was flighted generously again outside the off stump, and Samuel Charles should be disappointed with himself that he was not able to put that one away. It will be the new batsman, Mervyn Wells, Captain Mervyn Wells, coming in to face his first delivery. That one is on the line of the leg stump. A loud appeal. So we could see umpire Sipal signaling that that one was heading down the leg side. Good dot ball for the Lions. 1 delivery left in the over, and that one is neatly worked to the right of the long on fielder, where Xavier Gabriel comes in, and that's the end of over number 6, the end of the power play. The Micoud Eagles, they are going at 10.5 and over, 63 without loss. 63-1. Sorry.
The Micoud Eagles, they will be very happy after the end of the power play. 63-1, as you said, they are going over 10 and over. So they are the happier team after the power play. So the South Castries Lions, they will want to really make further inroads into the Micoud Eagles batting.
Yes, and if we had to compare this power play to the power play the Micoud Eagles team had last time out at the Lafargue playing field, where they only mustered 26 from the power play, they would be very happy to get the 63 runs that they have done, that they have so far. for the loss of just 1 wicket. As we can see, the 6 overs really evenly split. 3 overs going above 10 and 3 overs going below 10. So a good battle out there in the middle as we see another bowling change from the South Castries Lions. It will be one of their most economical bowlers, Larry Edward. He will be introduced into the attack for the first over outside the power play. Right-handed batter, Moving Wells on strike. That one, the first delivery is flighted generously by Larry Edward. And Mervyn Wells hits that one over the long on fielder for 6. So not a good start there from Larry Edward.
A delivery in the act of Mervyn Wells. And he hit it wide and long, over long on for 6. Mervyn Wells has not been in the best of form. But who knows, tonight might be his night. And that was a very good shot by Wells.
Yes, Mervyn Wells not wasting any time, coming in at number 3 and really looking to continue the momentum. That one was flighted generously, no turn on offer for Larry Edward with that first delivery, and Mervyn Wells just hitting through the line and getting good connection on that one. At the Lafargue playing field, that might have been a totally different delivery, a more dangerous delivery. But here at the Francis Barber Lastic grounds, just into over number 7. We've not seen any signs of turn out in the middle. So the batsmen, they are prepared to, if they are prepared to really play the shots and hit through the line, they will get good returns from the shots that they play. So we see a replacement ball being selected now by the umpires. So that one went way over the long on fielder, over the wall. 69 for 1, so a very good start from the Micoud Eagles team. As you did suggest, or you did mention, that Mervyn Wells, he has been struggling for form so far in SPL 6. In the last encounter, he got to 48, 2 runs short of a half century. So maybe in that innings, he's really gotten himself back into form. 3 deliveries he's faced so far here this evening. He's already hit a maximum. As the players and the umpire, they continue to inspect the replacement ball. Just to remind those of you who are joining us now that this is match number 23 of SPL 6 between the South Castries Lions and the Micoud Eagles. Points table before this encounter, it's 5th versus 6th. South Castries Lions, this is the final round robin game. They could only get up to 10 points, so they would want to win and win well with one eye on the net run rate equation. The Micoud Eagles, they would want a victory as well to boost their chances of making the top 4, but they do have 2 games in hand as well. So a lot of teams will be glued to their televisions this evening, paying close attention to the way this game swings. Larry Edward is at the top of his mark and is prepared to continue. That one is pushed back to the bowler, who feels well. Precious dot ball there to resume the action out in the middle. That one is on the line of the leg stump and worked down to the fielder on the deep mid-wicket region. It's a thought of a 2, but they decide against it. So a comfortable single in the end, 70 for 1. 6.3 overs have been bowled here. And this brings the explosive Samuel Charles back on strike. He is 38 of 18 deliveries. He's really taken a liking to Daniel Jabatis and Daniel McDonald. And that one, it goes back to cut. That one is way too full to be cutting there from Samuel Charles, and another dot ball there from Larry. So a good comeback from Larry Edward, having been struck for 6 of his first delivery.
And this ball was a bit too close for the cut shot, and he couldn't really get it where he wanted for the backward point area.
And he's back and cuts, and there's that man again, Royce Paul. In the point region, good fielding. And Samuel Charles, he's being kept quiet. Final delivery of over number 7. Faster delivery from Larry Edward, and that one really bouncing and surprising Samuel Charles. A good end to the over after being struck for 6 of the first delivery. Over number 7, only conceding 7 runs from Larry Edward.
Good over by Larry Edward. As you said, after he was being hit for 6 of his first delivery, he came back very well and kept the batsmen very quiet. So the South Castries Lions will be happy with this over from Larry Edward.
The Micoud Eagles, they would be very happy going at exactly 10 runs and over in the first 7 for the loss of just 1 wicket, that of Dominic Ogis. He had to go for 14 of some 16 deliveries, so very quiet innings from him. But Samuel Charles, he's done the heavy lifting inside the power play. He's been joined by Mervyn Wells, who has looked to continue in that attacking manner. It's the field setting, deep third man on the boundary, sweeper on the offside, a long off, long on, and a deep backward square leg fielder. Deep square leg. It is Bolton Sayers out there, as it will be Xavier Gabriel being reintroduced into the attack for his second over. And that one, Mervyn Wells is forward and defends. Dot ball to start over number 8. So Xavier Gabriel, his first over only went for the 6 runs, and he was taken off the attack for 2 overs of spin from Daniel McDonald, the second of which really disappeared. Being reintroduced into the attack, Lions would be expecting that he can continue that economical bowling from this end.
I was surprised when he was taken off the attack after just 6 runs of his first over.
As he runs away from us now, and that one is a pitched up delivery, a bottom edge. And that one does not disturb the stumps. So a quiet start to over number 8. Xavier Gabriel to Mervyn Wells. And that's the first time that Mervyn Wells is being facing the seam bowling on this wicket. So perhaps just taking a few deliveries to really get the pace of the wicket of the seamers. And that one goes past the outside edge. Of brilliant delivery there from Xavier Gabriel. 3 dot balls to start over number 8.
Superb delivery by Xavier Gabriel. Pitch on off stump, and Mervyn Wells had to play. And the ball leaving him lit and beating the outside edge and into the gloves of the keeper. Top class bowling there by Xavier Gabriel.
Conference mid-pitch between the 2 batsmen. Samuel Charles probably offering some advice to Mervyn Wells. He has been striking the ball as better than anyone else that we've seen in tonight's encounter. As Mervyn Wells looked to work that one into the leg side to steal a single. But Xavier Gabriel is quickly across the pitch and prevents the chance of a run. So 4 dot deliveries there to start over number 8. Score remains on 70 for 1. Brilliant spell so far from Xavier Gabriel.
Yes, he's doing a very good job for his team. He's a very experienced bowler.
2 deliveries left in over number 8, and that one is spanked wide off the long on fielder. Will he come across in time? No, he doesn't. Daniel McDonald trying valiantly, sprinting to his right, but that one bounce into the fence, and 4 consecutive dot deliveries is disturbed by a 4 off the bat of Mervyn Wells.
A good shot by Wells. So short delivery by Gabriel, and Wells rocking back and hitting it through the mid-wicket area for 4. So Wells, he's looking good. And from a Micoud Eagles standpoint, they will want him to continue as long as possible.
Fielding change for the final delivery. Third man comes in, and deep mid-wicket goes back on the boundary, as that one is a slower delivery from Xavier Gabriel outside the off stump. That one ricochets off keeper Andre Fletcher, and the fielder is able to pull it back before it trickles into the boundary, conceding 1 bye. So that brings over number 8 to an end. A very economical over from Xavier Gabriel. He has bowled 2 overs for just the 10 runs. Good return so far from the veteran seamer.
Just 1 boundary of the over. So a very good over by Xavier Gabriel. And the South Castries Lions, they will want to continue to bowl in good areas to keep the Micoud Eagle batsmen in check. So we are having a very good encounter between the 2 teams.
Yes, and just to remind our viewers of the match summary, the Micoud Eagles, they were asked to bat first. And after 8 overs, 75 for 1, Samuel Charles, he's done the bulk of the scoring, 38 of 21. Dominic Ogis, 14 of 16, and Mervyn Wells, 12 of 11. The wicket taker for the South Castries Lions so far is Daniel Jabatis, 3 overs, 1 for 31, as it's Larry Edward to continue. And very good delivery to start over number 9. We saw in the previous over, Samuel Charles tried the same thing, trying to run those balls down to the third man region. But Larry Edward, he's trying to bowl stump to stump. That one is a lot slower and straight to the field at short third man, but he's not able to prevent the single. So a much better start to the over for Larry Edward.
Much better start, and he will want to end the over without conceding a boundary.
Short third man. Backward point, as that one again is a slow delivery straight to the fielder at point, and it's that man again. Royce Paul moving to his right, and a diving stop prevents the chance of a single. So just 1 run so far in over number 9, 3 deliveries still to come. And Charles is back and looks to cut a delivery that was almost busting his toes, really ill-advised. He should be playing at those deliveries on the front foot. Very lucky not to have been bowled off the inside edge or even caught behind. A lot slower there from Larry Edward, really using all his experience, really learning his lesson after that first delivery, which he bowled to Mervyn Wells, which was dispatched for 6 of his previous delivery. Just 1 run of this over so far, final delivery. And that one is worked into the leg side. Efren Charles comes off this square leg boundary. And another very good over comes to an end for the South Castries Lions. Just 2 runs of this one. Larry Edward, he came back brilliantly in this second over. So his 2 overs have only considered the 9 runs. The Micoud Eagles, they are 77 for 1 after 9.
And the last 3 overs by the South Castries Lions has been very good. And the Micoud Eagles, they have been stifled for the last 3 overs, so they will want to explode again. But as I said, it's a very good game going on between the 2 teams out there at the Lastic grounds.
Yes, the South Castries Lions will be very happy with the previous 2 overs that have been delivered by Xavier Gabriel and Larry Edward from either end, reducing the scoring rate, which was at 10s after 7 overs, has now been reduced to 8.56. As we see another bowling change, Captain Kester Charlemagne is being introduced into the attack now, replacing Xavier Gabriel from another 1 over spell. A clear tactic from the South Castries Lions in this encounter this evening. Field setting, sweeper on the offside, long off, long on, deep mid-wicket, deep backward square leg. The right-handed Samuel Charles on strike. That one is punched but straight back to the bowler. And Samuel Charles has been kept quiet by the South Castries Lions. So credit must be given to them the way they've really fought back after the power play.
Yeah, very good bowling by the South Castries Lions in the last 3 overs, and they will want to continue to stifle the batsmen of the Micoud Eagles.
We saw lots of changes of pace from Xavier Gabriel. We could expect the same from Kester Charlemagne. Now that one is short. Is that an opportunity? It's Larry Edward on the mid-wicket boundary, and he pouches that one. So Samuel Charles, he has to go cut Larry Edward, bowl Kester Charlemagne, and the Micoud Eagles, they lose their 2nd wicket, 77 for 2. A brilliant start to the 10th over for the South Castries Lions.
This is what pressure does. After the last 3 overs, they just could not get the ball off the square. And the batsman, so Samuel Charles, trying to hit Kester Charlemagne over the mid-wicket, only succeeded in hitting the ball to the man on the mid-wicket boundary, who took a very simple catch. So another blow struck by the South Castries Lions, and the Micoud Eagles, they have been pegged back.
Yes, and Samuel Charles, pressure does burst pipe, as we like to say in local parlance. He had been kept quiet in the previous 3 overs. And that short delivery there from Kester Charlemagne, just as I mentioned, we saw lots of changes of pace from Xavier Gabriel in the previous over. On that occasion, Kester Charlemagne really upping the pace and going short at Samuel Charles, not being able to control that one and gifting his wicket to Larry Edward out on the deep mid-wicket boundary. He has to go 39 of 27 He struck some 4-4s and 3-6s. And with the fall of the wicket, the players are going to take a drinks break. So just to give you match summary, after 9.2 overs, having been asked to bat first, the Micoud Eagles 77 for 2. Samuel Charles and Dominic Ogis, the two batsmen to have been dismissed. Samuel Charles 39 of 27, Dominic Ogis 14 of 16. Captain Mervyn Wells, he's out there trying to steady the ship for the Micoud Eagles and really fight back in this encounter. 13 of 13. Kester Charlemagne, he's picked up 1 wicket. 2 balls, 1 wicket, and no runs have been considered off his bowling. Daniel Jabat is the other wicket taker, 3 overs, 1 for 31. And Larry Edward, very economical, along with Xavier Gabriel. He has bowled 2 overs for the 9 runs. So we're going to take a break up here as well and return when the action resumes out in the middle.
Right here at the Frankfurt Lastic grounds. I'm going to say good night. Hello. Welcome. I did not even see you come in. We have the Micoud Eagles taking on the South Castries Lions. Currently the Eagles are 77 for 2. And let's say good night to the 2023 Miss St. Lucia. She is here with us tonight.
We are about to resume the action out in the middle. The players, they are refreshed. And so are we inside the commentary box. Joe sent for a timely breakthrough for the South Castries Lions. They would be hoping that they can continue to peg back the Micoud Eagles. But now they have to face up to Keegan Arnold, who has been the leading run scorer for the Micoud Eagles so far in SPL 6.
He has been in very good form and he will want to continue to bat with his captain Mervyn Wells to give them a good score.
Kester Charlemagne continues, and that one is driven past the backward point and shot third man fielder and into the boundary for 4. So Keegan Arnold starting off his innings with a boundary, really caressing that one, opening the face and bisecting the fielders at point and third man. A good start there for Keegan Arnold.
Bad delivery by Charlemagne, giving the batsman a little whiff. And with the form that Keegan Arnold is in, he will not miss out, and he got a boundary.
Taps his bat and waits as Kester Charlemagne approaches the crease now, and that one again is driven, but straight to the man. Royce Paul fumbles and presents the opportunity for a single, and the Keegan Arnold and Mervyn Wells, they gladly accept. Score moves up to 82 for 2. 2 deliveries left in over number 10. Micoud Eagles, they are going at 8.48 runs per over. Five runs off Kester Charlemagne's first over so far. And that one again, a very good delivery. Moving Wells able to adjust and tap that one into the offside and picks up a comfortable single again. So it's good to see the Micoud Eagles batsmen really looking to marry boundary hitting with good running between the wickets, really trying to keep the scoreboard ticking. One delivery left in over number 10, 83 for 2. The Micoud Eagles. Kester Shalmine continues. That one is a delivery that's on the money, and Keegan Arnold is back and defends well. So after 10 overs, the Micoud Eagles, having been asked to bat first, they are 83 for 2.
Kester Shalmine will be very happy with his first over. He introduced himself, and right away he made the breakthrough, and he bowled a very tight over. So taking a wicket and keeping the scoring rate down, he and the rest of the South Castries Lions will be very happy with his first over.
Yes, and from the graphic that's on screen now, we can see the good work that has been done by the South Castries Lions bowlers. After the power play, we've not seen an over go past 10. And credit must be given to Captain Kester Shalmine, the way he has really rotated his bowlers. And it will be Larry Edward to continue the attack from the players' pavilion end. So we see discussion between the veteran Xavier Gabriel, Larry Edward as well. He must be considered as a veteran in SPL 6. The level that he has reached in his cricketing career. Lots of experience. Windward Island senior, former Windward Island senior player. As he continues, left arm around the wicket, and that one inside edge onto the pads, and that one trickles out into the offside. So Mervyn Wells showing some aggression early on in third over from Larry Edward. Only 9 runs considered of his bowling. That one is a faster delivery and run down to the third man region. But such was the pace on that delivery from Larry Edward, really sped off the bat, not allowing the batsman to go through, enough time to go through for a single. So 2 dot deliveries to start. And that one again, Royce Paul is in quickly from the point region. Another dot delivery there from Larry Edward. 2.3 overs, none for 9. Mervyn Wells will be looking to see how he would be able to score, as that one is a shorter delivery and pulled into the big gap between backward square leg and deep mid wicket. So really releasing the pressure there, Larry Edward, with that loose short delivery. And Mervyn Wells, credit must be given to him for being away and being able to capitalize on that one.
Short ball from Larry Edwards, and Mervyn Wells, he is beginning to get some form, and he looks like the Mervyn Wells of old, and a good shot by him.
Mid-wicket fielder being adjusted and being moved across to his right. Another short delivery, and that one is punched, but straight to that man, Royce Paul. And Royce Paul has really not given anything away in that backward point region for the South Castries Lions. He has been very good in the field today. 1 delivery left in over number 11, 87 for 2. The Micoud Eagles. Mervyn Wells, 18 of 19. Keegan Arnold just recently joined him. 5 of the 3 deliveries he's faced. Quicker delivery there, and that one goes past the edge and in, fine enough, past the short third man region and into the boundary for 4. So 2 boundaries being picked up here for Tutor's boundary of the final delivery from Mervyn Wells, as we see that one really open the face on that one. So not really fortuitous. A deliberate shot there from Mervyn Wells. I stand corrected on that one. Moves into the 20s, 22 of 20. A vital boundary there for the Micoud Eagles. They move into the 90s, 91 for 2 after 11.
A good shot there by Mervyn Wells. Short delivery. He got on top of it and opening the face of the bat and guiding it down to third man for 4. So Mervyn Wells is looking very good, and the South Castries Lions will want to get his wickets in a hurry. But so far, himself and Keegan Arnold, they will want to stay there as long as possible.
Kester Shalmine to continue from the commentary box end, and he's right on the money. Dot delivery to start off proceedings in over number 12. Kester Shalmine is really known for those subtle changes of pace. We saw he got the wicket of Samuel Charles in his previous over with a short delivery. So he does have the ability to really crank it up when necessary. And that one is a full delivery and driven uppishly. Straight to the fielder who comes in, Efren Charles, on the cover boundary. And contributes another single that is from Keegan Arnold. 92 for 2. That brings Mervyn Wells back on strike. South Castries Lions, they would be looking to continue taking wickets. And that one is on the line of the body and worked. And that one goes through the legs of Daniel Jean-Baptiste at short fine leg. But good work there from Bolton Sayers coming in off the deep backward square region. And backing up well and preventing the chance of a second run. Kester Shalmine, he has been very good so far this evening. 1 for 8 of 1.3 overs. And that one is dropped into the offside. A quick single there from Royce Paul fielding and firing that one at the non-striker's end. But a good single in the end. Keegan Arnold, he's looked to really rotate the strike and get Mervyn Wells to face as many deliveries as possible.
Very good batting there by Mervyn Wells and Keegan Arnold. He played with soft hands and they had enough time to go through for the single. So good cricket being played by the Micoud batsmen.
Halfway through over number 12. That one again, Daniel Jean-Baptiste, who does better this occasion. Another single. So 4 singles so far in over number 12. 1 delivery left. So partnership building out there between Captain Mervyn Wells and Keegan Arnold. Just like they did in that previous game at the Lafargue Field. They really rescued that innings for the Micoud Eagles team. They're trying to do the same. And that one is a short delivery and Keegan Arnold looks to punch on the up and does not make connection. So a good dot delivery there for the South Castries Lions. 4 runs coming off over number 12. 95 for 2, the Micoud Eagles.
The previous over from Larry Edwards, 2 boundaries were scored off it, but this over from Kester Shalmine, just 4 runs. So good bowling, good comeback by the South Castries Lions to keep the Micoud Eagle batsmen quiet. So, as I said before, it's a very good game out there between the two teams here at the Lastic grounds.
Yes, both teams looking to move up in the point standings and really give themselves the best chance possible of finishing in that vital top 4 position. And Larry Edward will be bowling his final over of the spell this evening. He has bowled 3 overs, considered only the 17 runs. He's not managed to pick up a wicket, but such is the effectiveness of his economy rate that he has really pulled back the scoring rate of the Micoud Eagles, which has now been reduced to 7.9 before this over, as that one again goes past the outside edge. So very good bowling from Larry Edwards so far. He's been, after that first delivery in which he was really quick through the air and hit for 6, he has adjusted well as that one is cut and bisects the fielder at point and backward point. So a good shot there from Mervyn Wells, really staying low and on the back foot and bisecting the 2 fielders and picking up a vital boundary for himself and the Micoud Eagles. 99 for 2.
It was a sweet shot by Mervyn Wells. Shot outside the off stump and he got on top of it. Didn't hit it too hard, but the placement and the timing was to perfection. And a lovely boundary by Wells.
Finally being able to get one past that region as that one is worked into the mid-wicket region. And Malcolm Monrose comes around and restricts the batsman to only a single. So good work there from Malcolm Monrose out on the boundary. The South Castries Lions, barring that drop catch in the first over, have been really good in the field.
Yes, they have really come back good and giving good support to the bowlers.
Yes, we saw Mervyn Wells on countless occasions trying to find that gap between backward point and the point fielder. He succeeded finally in the 2 deliveries ago. See how Keegan Arnold looks to score off Larry Edward. 3 deliveries left. It's proven difficult to get away. Arnold is back and defends. And there's no run. And with that single in the previous delivery, that brought up the 100 for the Micoud Eagles, still 102. 12.4 overs, as that one is a short delivery from Larry Edward. Slow through the air. And we could have seen Keegan Arnold was back and had to wait an eternity for that one to reach him. And he managed to work that one into the onside for a very good single there. 101, 1 delivery left from Larry Edward here this evening. 3.5 overs. No wicket for 23 runs. And that one is back, and Mervyn Wells pulls that one over the mid-wicket region for 6. So he was really camping on the back foot for that one. Larry Edward had been slow and consistently hitting that length. And Mervyn Wells, he took the gamble. He stayed on the back foot. And he was able to access the leg side and hit that one over Malcolm Monrose, who was only a spectator. And finishing well for the Micoud Eagles in Larry Edwards' spell. Some 12 runs being taken of his final over. The Micoud Eagles 107 for 2 after 13 overs.
And Mervyn Wells is looking very dangerous. And the South Castries Lions will want to see the back of Mervyn Wells. But so far he has played a very good innings for his team, and he will want to continue because they have a good platform in which to launch an attack in the last few overs. But a good contest out there between the two teams.
Yes, indeed. It's all about those vital playoff spots. The South Castries Lions with just 1 game left. This is their final game. They could only get up to 10 points. They would want to win, and they would want to win well and boost their net run rate. The Micoud Eagles, they too will be looking for a victory to move up in the table. They are currently 6. Victory tonight takes them to 9 points. Bowling change, Royce Paul, right arm around the wicket to the right-handed Keegan Arnold, who works this one into the leg side and picks up a comfortable single to start off over number 14. So Royce Paul, product of the High Performance Center here in St. Lucia. Very good all-round ability. Shown that in the field today. And Mervyn Wells, a lot slower from Royce Paul, really trying to tempt Wells into a big shot. It's mindful that singles are on offer with the field that is set. Deep backward square, deep mid-wicket, long on, long off, and a sweep on the offside. So only one fielder inside the circle on the leg side. That is Daniel Jabatis at short fine leg. So far, we've seen that the batsmen are prepared and comfortable, content. It's a short delivery there from Royce Paul, and Keegan Arnold really missing out on that one. Had he gotten any sufficient bat on that, that might have resulted in a boundary. Only being able to pick up a single. So 3 singles to start off over number 14, the first from Royce Paul this evening. And that one again is worked straight to the field. And that one goes through the legs of Daniel Jabatis. And the fielders, Daniel Jabatis, this is the second time we've seen that this evening. A ball really ambling to him goes through the long barrier. Mervyn Wells and Keegan Arnold alert enough and picks up second run. And Daniel Jabatis, he's been moved around in the field. He moves to the short third man region, and Malcolm Monrose come into that short fine leg region. But what we know is that when you're not having a good day in the field, the ball tends to follow you. As that one is a short delivery from Royce Paul, and frustration there from Mervyn Wells, angry with himself, not being able to put that one away. And Royce Paul really getting away with that one. 1 delivery left in over number 14. Just the 5 runs conceded so far. And that one again, a good end to the over. Good 6 from Royce Paul. Only 5 runs coming from his first over. The Micoud Eagles, they are 112 for 2. a platform. Last final 6 overs. Currently they are going at 8. They would really want to really press on the accelerator with the likes of Rohan Lesmore, Merlin Sami, and even Kyron Phillip, who has shown that he can really take the attack to the bowling teams. They would want to ensure that these players, their skill set, are taken advantage of here this evening.
Yeah, very good over by Paul, keeping the batsman quiet. But the batsman, when they cannot hit them, the 4s and the 6s, they are taking the singles, they are rotating the strike and keeping the scoreboard ticking along. So a good contest, good battle out there between the two teams.
Some discussions between the South Castries Lions fielders. There's a hurdle at the non-strikers end. Looks like it's Daniel Jean-Baptiste, Xavier Gabriel, and Captain Kester Charlemagne. Looks like it will be Daniel Jean-Baptiste being reintroduced into the attack for his 4th over. He has returns of 3 overs, 1 for 31 so far. He really struggled against Samuel Charles early on in the piece. And Keegan Arnold, the leading run scorer for the Micoud Eagles team in this season so far. With just 6 overs left, his role here is really to take the attack to the bowlers, as that one is a very good delivery there from Daniel Jean-Baptiste. A good start to his final over. Keegan Arnold was able to dig that one out and start things off with a single in over number 15. So this is really the end game, the end phase of the innings, where the batting team will want to press on the accelerator, and that one is a line of the leg stump and wide call by the umpire. Good take there from keeper Andre Fletcher. So Daniel Jean-Baptiste, it seems to really be steaming in from the players' pavilion end.
Yeah, a first delivery was of Yorker length, and Keegan Arnold had to dig it out. But the second one, he straight down the leg side and giving a bonus run to the Micoud Eagles.
So moving Wells, he will be thinking of attacking, as that one is high. And Malcolm Monrose comes in from the deep mid-wicket region, and he's not able to get there in time. And the fielders, they go through for a single, run out chance. An appeal, and not out, says umpire Sipal at square leg. So a half chance created there from Daniel Jean-Baptiste, really rushing Mervyn Wells, a batsman who is known to be really good with playing the pull shot. But get that one getting high on the bat. But Malcolm Monroe really not able to come in quickly enough. So 2 more runs added to the score. Mervyn Wells moves into the 40s. That one is pitched up and driven, but straight to the fielder out on the sweeper boundary, and resulting in another single. So a good over so far from Daniel Jean-Baptiste, one in which we've really seen him really bend his back and really bowl as quickly as we've seen him bowl this evening. Halfway through the over, Keegan Arnold back on strike. And that one is a short delivery, and Arnold goes for the pull shot, not making any contact. So another thought delivery from Jean-Baptiste. Clear intent being shown there by both Mervyn Wells and Keegan Arnold. With just 5 overs left after this one, 117 on the board will certainly not be enough this evening. That one is short and wide outside the off stump, and rightfully called by the umpire. Perhaps a slower ball bouncer there being attempted by Daniel Jean-Baptiste, with the fielder out on the sweeper boundary. He has to reload, still 2 deliveries to come. And that one is an inside edge and goes past the stumps and the keeper and into the boundary for 4. So a much needed boundary there from Keegan Arnold and the Micoud Eagles, 122 for 2.
Though not in total control, but Keegan Arnold going for the drive outside the off stump, but as you said, taking an inside edge and down to the final leg area for 4. So a welcome boundary for the Micoud Eagles.
Yes, a very long over in the making from Daniel Jean-Baptiste with the 2 wides that he's bowled so far. Still one delivery to come. Keegan Arnold would love another boundary here as that one is spanked back past the bowler. Xavier Gabriel comes across and he does not fill this one cleanly, and that one goes into the boundary. So a good end to the over there from Keegan Arnold and the Micoud Eagles. Some 14 runs being taken from this Daniel Jean-Baptiste's final over. So he finishes with figures of 4 overs, 1 for 45. The Micoud Eagles 126 for 2. 5 overs remaining in this first innings.
An expensive spell by Daniel Jean-Baptiste. 45 runs of his 4 overs and taking just the 1 wicket. So the pressure was being released in this over by Jean-Baptiste, and the Micoud Eagles, they will be very happy with this last over.
Yes, still the likes of Rohan Lesmore, Merlin Sami, Kyron Phillip, Hazel Shalry still to come for the Micoud Eagles team. So the payout in the middle, they will be looking to really take the attack to the South Castries Lions to ensure that they get themselves up to a commanding total. Royce Paul to continue, and Mervyn Wells looks to heave that one over the leg side field, only succeeding in getting a bottom edge. And it will only be 1 run, so a good start to over number 16 from Royce Paul. So we see the replay of that final delivery that was really hammered back past the bowler. And back live, and Keegan Arnold goes, and that one, there is more height than distance. And Zav Keston, it's a mess being made there by the fielder. Kester shall mine coming in off the mid-wicket boundary. That one went as high as we have seen in the tournament so far. And Kester shall mine not being able to lay hands on that one. His second drop catch of the evening. Will the South Castries Lions be made to pay for this opportunity? Royce Paul continues, and that will be another opportunity. This time Daniel McDonald is underneath it, and he pouches that one. And Keegan Arnold, he is not lucky. He did not find Kester Shalmine in the field this time. He found Daniel McDonald, who made no mistake. And the Micoud Eagles, they lose their 3rd wicket. 129 for 3.
Yeah, rush of blood there by Keegan Arnold. I don't know why he was trying these shots. He was dropped by Kester Shalman and then again tried to clear the mid-wicket boundary, and this time the fielder hold on, and so a good blow struck there by the South Castries Lions.
Yes, Keegan Arnold really looking to press on the accelerator for the Micoud Eagles team, losing his wicket in the process. 21 of 17, some 3-4s, striking at 123. And certainly the Micoud Eagles would need strike rates closer to that 200 mark. Having been asked to bat first here at the Francis Barber Lastic grounds, it's often said that you need to get to that psychological 200 mark if you are to have a chance of defending. A good timely wicket there from Royce Paul as we see the introduction of Kyron Phillip. And he heaves that one high over the mid-wicket region. First ball and his first 6. Kyron Phillip, just what was needed for the Micoud Eagles team. We did say that in previous encounter at this very ground, he did get to 47 in under 20 balls. And the same will be required of him here this evening if the Micoud Eagles are to get to a commanding total, having been asked to bat first. What a start from Kyron Phillip.
Kyron Phillip showing his intentions clear. He's saying that he doesn't come to mess around, and right away hitting Paul for a 6 over mid-wicket. So himself and Wells, they will want to continue to bat for the rest of the 20 overs.
Kyron Phillip needing no sighters. First delivery from Royce Paul, dispatched. 2 deliveries to come in over number 16. Right arm round the wicket to the left-hander, and that one is a much better delivery from Royce Paul. Really not giving the batsman any room to free his arms. Right under the bat. Final delivery. in his second over. And that one is flighted and spunked back past the bowler, but good stop there from Royce Paul. So over number 16 comes to an end. 9 runs off Royce Paul's second over. He has bowled 2 overs, 1 for 14. The Avatar Micoud Eagles, 135 for 3. Only 4 overs left in this first innings.
Not a bad over by Paul. Just the 6 of the over. The 6 that was scored and then another 3 runs. So 9 of the over, not a bad over. And so the South Castries Lions will be happy with this over from Paul, because this is the time that the batsman really wants to go on with things, and to just 9 runs of the over, it was a good over.
Of the 16 overs we have had so far, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those overs have gone above that 10-run mark. And the South Castries Lions, they must be given credit for that sort of control that they've had on the Micoud Eagles scoring rate in the innings so far. It's a T20 encounter. Just 4 overs left, 24 legitimate deliveries left. Captain Mervyn Wells, he's well set on 42 of 33. And one would be thinking that the final score that the Micoud Eagles team gets this evening relies heavily on his bat, as that one is a slower delivery and he opens the face on that one. And a good stop there from keeper Andre Fletcher, diving to his right. That one would have certainly challenged the boundary. They pick up a single, 136 for 3. And the Micoud Eagles team, they really need every over from here on to go above that 10-run mark, closer to 15s, even 20s they would be looking for. With just 136 for 3, they still have so many wickets in hand. They could afford to really look to go all-out attack from here on. And Xavier Gabriel, he has been used very strategically by Captain Kester Charlemagne. Just 1 over spells, 2.1 overs, just the 11 runs conceded so far.
Good bowling by the experienced Xavier Gabriel, and he'll want to continue bowling well in this over.
Third man on the boundary, sweeper on the offside, man at long off, man at long on, deep mid-wicket. The fielders out on the boundary, short fine leg, square leg, man at point, and a cover fielder are those inside the circle. Xavier Gabriel right arm over the wicket to the left-handed Kyron Phillip. That one is a full delivery, a slower delivery there from Xavier Gabriel. And Kyron Phillip really not being able to time that one, only succeeding in getting a single down to the fielder at long on. That looks like Daniel McDonald, who makes no mistake. So good, quiet start to over number 17, to the credit of the South Castries Lions. The Micoud Eagles, they will not be satisfied with the way this over had started, as that one is another slower delivery, and Andre Fletcher not being able to read that one, bouncing short of him and going into the boundary for 4 byes. So the South Castries Lions really gifting additional runs to the Micoud Eagles team, who have really been struggling to get the boundaries. They've not managed to hit boundaries consistently, and that one would release some pressure. Halfway through over number 17. So we see some changes being made to the field. The fielder at third man is really being brought a lot straighter. Andre Fletcher up to the stumps. So that one is a full toss, and Mervyn Wells really missing out on that one. A strike at the non-striker's end, trying to effect a run out, but not succeeding. Efron Charles on square leg region, really firing that one at the non-striker's end, looking to run out Mervyn Wells. Must have been really disappointed and missing out on that full delivery. Another slower delivery there from Xavier Gabriel, but wide signaled by the umpire. Very good take there from the keeper, Andre Fletcher, who is up to the stumps for Xavier Gabriel. Not something that you see very often. This is a clear indication that we will see a lot of slower deliveries being bowled by Xavier Gabriel. Fine leg in the circle, third man on the boundary. So that one is a full delivery. Another slow delivery worked into the leg side, a chance of a second run. Kyron Phillip is sent back by Captain Mervyn Wells, who are very quiet over. In the context of this encounter, the Micoud Eagles, they really need boundaries at this stage in the game. Only one boundary of this over so far via the buys route, as that one is spanked, but straight to the fielder on the long on boundary. So another single. And that brings over number 17 to an end. The Micoud Eagles, they are crawling along 145 for 3 with just 3 overs left in the first innings.
Yeah, ding-dong battle going on there between the two teams. 145 for 3, and the Micoud Eagles, they will want to really push on and get a score of around 190 or 200 to really give themselves a chance in this game. But so far, the South Castries Lions, they have fight back brilliantly, and they will want to continue to stifle the scoring rate. But the Micoud Eagles, they will have other ideas, and they will want to push on with things.
Yes, most definitely. Mervyn Wells and Kyron Phillip would know that they need to really maximize on the remaining 18 legal deliveries and get as many boundaries as they possibly can. Still Rowan Lesmore and Merlin Sami to come. So they really cannot afford to be wasting deliveries out in the middle. As one famous coach would have said locally, hit the ball or get out. This is what is required from the Micoud Eagles. With only 145 on the board, they really will not be satisfied with that as Kester Shalmine continues. And that one is spanked, but straight to the fielder. No, he makes a mistake. That one goes right through the man there. That looks like Larry Edward. Really poor effort there from Larry Edward, not being able to stop that one. And resulting in a much-needed boundary nonetheless for the Micoud Eagles team. And Mervyn Wells, he starts this over off brilliantly and moves to 49 of 38 deliveries. A good start there to over number 18.
Beautiful shot by Mervyn Wells, but the fielder Larry Edward made a meal of it and gifted the batsman with a boundary. They will be very happy.
Can Mervyn Wells and the Micoud Eagles continue in that vein? So that one is on the line of the leg stump. A loud appeal only from the fielder at short third man. But that one signal leg by the umpire, heading way down the leg side. But a good result for the South Castries Lions with just a single one leg by coming off that the second delivery of over number 18. And the Micoud Eagles with that single brings up the 150. For them, 150 for 3. They are scoring at 8.65 runs per over. The left-handed Kyron Phillip is on strike. Deep mid-wicket, long on, long off. Sweep on the offside and a deep third man. Very good delivery there from Kester Shalmine. A Yorker delivery. Nothing that Kyron Phillip could have done with that one, but look to dig it out. And a good result there again for the South Castries Lions. So a brilliant comeback so far from Kester Shalmine after being spanked through the cover region, basically through Larry Edward, for a boundary of the first delivery of over number 18. 3 deliveries to come. Mervyn Wells on strike. 1 run away from a half century. That one, he looks to slog this one into the leg side, really losing his shape, really uncharacteristic of Mervyn Wells. Lucky that that one really did not disturb the Bills. But clear indication of the desperation from the Micoud Eagles batsmen in their pursuit for boundaries 2 deliveries left in over number 18. Short delivery, and he goes for the pull shot, but only succeeding in finding the vacant square leg region. And with that single, Mervyn Wells brings up his half century, his first of this season. Very slow half century, only of 41 deliveries, and he, by his own admissions, would know that he needs to do better in the latter part of his innings if he is to take his team to a total that they feel that they could defend here at the Francis Babalastic grounds in Grosley. Spring Kyron Phillip, who advances and misses this one. A good delivery there from Kester Charlemagne, who finishes this over, only conceding the 7 runs from his third over. He's picked up 1 wicket for 16 runs. And Mervyn Wells bringing up his half century there. Really a captain's knock from him, but he would really have 2 tastes in his mouth. Happy that he would have gotten his first half century of the competition, but really not happy with the pace at which it has come and the current score and scoring rate of the Micoud Eagles. Only 152 for free after 18 overs.
A good knock by Mervyn Wells, keeping the middle order together. An important knock. And so having a platform of 152 for just 3 wickets, he will want to maximize on the remaining 2 overs to get at least 180 to 190. But a very good contest out there between the 2 teams, and the South Castries Lions, they have really fought back well.
Xavier Gabriel to continue, and that one is high. Is that an opportunity for the man on the long on region? No, it's not. He's just a spectator. So Mervyn Wells has responded to the cry for more boundaries brilliantly. Good start to the 19th over there for the Micoud Eagles, and Mervyn Wells was only striking at 120 before this delivery. He would know that he really needs to finish with a strike rate in the region of 180. Xavier Gabriel is being placed under pressure there. Another slower delivery, and Mervyn Wells picks this one from the arm and hits that one over the mid-wicket region for another 6. So he has responded with a 6, followed by another 6. 12 runs of the first 2 deliveries of over number 19.
Welcome back to form, Mervyn Wells, and he really putting Xavier Gabriel and the South Castries Lions under a lot of pressure in the 19th over, and 2 heavy blows struck there by Mervyn Wells, and he'll want to continue with the onslaught to get to that 190 or 200.
Previous over from Xavier Gabriel, we must have seen 6 slower deliveries from him, and he has continued in that manner here into his 4th over. But Mervyn Wells, he's been out there for some 43 deliveries. He has no excuses not to be set at this stage in the game. He has acclimatized well to the pace of the wicket, and we could have seen those 2 slower deliveries that Xavier Gabriel opted for. He really got into position quickly and deposited both over the boundary, more importantly, for 2 almighty 6s, 62 of 43. Still 4 deliveries left in over number 19. As the coach of the Babunu Leatherbacks team likes to say, no slowing down, gentlemen. I'm sure Coach Neville from the Micoud Eagles would be singing the same song and would be hoping that Mervyn Wells really stays out there and can face the majority of the remaining deliveries and continue to increase his strike rate. And for the South Castries Lions, they know how important the wicket of Mervyn Wells would be. A short delivery there from Xavier Gabriel, going back to pace on. And that one making contact with the pads of the batsman on the way through, so no wide signaled by the umpire. So a precious dot ball there from the Lions. Mervyn Wells now striking at 140 as that one is short and wide outside the off stump. Bolton Sayers comes around to his left and they go through for the second. Is that an opportunity for a run out? No, it's not. Mervyn Wells is quick enough to make his ground, and good 2 runs there being picked up by Kyron Phillip and Mervyn Wells to ensure that the captain remains on strike for the remaining 2 deliveries in this over.
Very good running there between the 2 batsmen, and Mervyn Wells is playing a very good knock for his team, and he will want to continue until the 20th over to give themselves a fighting total.
Xavier Gabriel races towards us. Mervyn Wells is across his stumps and looks to heave that one into the leg side, but not making proper contact. And it's Johnson Charles out on the deep mid-wicket boundary, comes across, and it will only be a single. So after an explosive start to the over in which we saw consecutive 6s of the first 2 deliveries, Xavier Gabriel has responded well with a dot, a 2 and a 1. Final delivery of over number 19, Kyron Phillip. He was really sent in ahead of the likes of Merlin Sami and Rowan Lesmore to really find the boundary. As this one, he pulls this one. That one must have been a slower delivery and not being able to get any power into that shot. There's a misfield there by the keeper, and the batsmen, they are alert to that and able to pick up an additional run to end over number 19. Some 16 runs coming off Xavier Gabriel's final over. So he finishes with figures of 4 overs, no wickets for 33 runs, but a good comeback in over number 19 after being struck for 2 6s in the first 2 deliveries.
But the Micoud Eagles, they will be happy with this over. It was a healthy one for them. And the South Castries Lions, they have fought back very well in the game. But as I said, it's a very good game going on between the 2 teams.
And with that over going for 16, we saw the 8th over of the innings that had gone past that 10-run mark. But now it's the final over of the first innings. Importantly for the Micoud Eagles, it's Captain Mervyn Wells on strike. He is 65 of 46 deliveries. And it's Captain Kester Shalmine with the ball in his hand. He has bowled 3 overs, picked up 1 wicket for only 16 runs so far. Which way does this one go? As this one is a badly lined delivery. Down the leg side and wide call by umpire Sipal. So it's captain to captain. How many can the Micoud Eagles really muster of this final over? 170 for 3, still all 6 deliveries still remaining. As that one goes past the fielder short fine leg, and the fielder backward square leg is not able to come across. So Mervyn Wells picks up another boundary. A boundary of the first legitimate delivery of the final over. So a good start there for the Micoud Eagles.
And they will be very happy with this. And Mervyn Wells, he has played a very good innings for his team, and he will want to continue to push on and see how much they can get in the last over.
So the battle going the way of Mervyn Wells at the moment, as that one is a short delivery. And wait for the umpire signal, another wide. So Kester Shalmine, he's not been able to line up his deliveries in the final over so far. He's been on the line of the body of the batsman and down the leg side, 2 wides and a boundary considered on the leg side. With the field that is set, a deep backward square, deep mid wicket, long on, long off, and a deep extra cover. He needs to be a lot straighter, but on about the off stump. That one is a much better delivery. And a chance for a run out. Kyron Phillip really coming through, not waiting for a call. Maybe he thought that keeper Andre Fletcher did not collect that ball and it went through him. But good effort there from Andre Fletcher, parrying that one and getting the flow back to the bowler, who is able to effect the run out at the non-striker's end. So Kyron Phillip, he has to go via the run out route. And the Micoud Eagles, they lose their 4th wicket. Kyron Phillip, 11 of 8. And the Micoud Eagles were not what they probably would have been expecting from Kyron Phillip in the 8 deliveries that he faced. He did start off with that maximum of the first delivery that he faced, but surely they would have been expecting more of an output from him in those 8 deliveries.
Yes, but we must give him a credit to the South Castries Lions bowlers. They really kept him at bay. They cramped him well for room, so he could not free his arms. So good bowling effort by the South Castries Lions.
The battle between the captains continue. And that one is a full delivery and spun back past the bowler, but straight to the field lad long off. Good connection there from Mervyn Wells. It's Xavier Gabriel, the tall figure of Xavier Gabriel is in the way. And it will only be 1 run. So we've had a wide, a boundary wide, a wicket, and a 1.
Good over so far by Kester Charlemagne.
Most definitely. Just the 7 runs conceded so far. And the wicket, as we see a change in the field. The fielder at short fine leg has been placed on the boundary. And Xavier Gabriel comes in from long off. That would suggest that Kester Charlemagne may go into the wicket. Fine leg, dip backward, square, dip mid-wicket, and long on the fielders out on the boundary. Rohan Lesmore to face his first delivery, the 4th of the final over. So that one is on his body and strikes him on the part. A full toss there from Rohan Lesmore, not being able to make any connection with that. And thumping into the pads and trickling out to Daniel Jabatis in short third man region. So it's just 1 leg by, so a quiet over so far. If you are a Micoud Eagles supporter, 177 for 4. They have labored really to that 177. Mervyn Wells on strike now, 70 of 49. That one is a brilliant yorker there from Kester Charlemagne, showing all his experience. And really what he has been known for in his cricketing career, changes of pace. But he does have a very good yorker in his arsenal. Some 9 runs, off the final over. 1 delivery left. The Micoud Eagles, they would want a boundary. Short delivery and Rohan Lesmore pulls this one. Is that an opportunity? No, it's a 1 bounce to the fielder running around from the short fine leg region. And it will only be 1 run. So 10 runs coming off over number 10 being delivered there by Kester Charlemagne, who finishes with good figures of 4 overs, 1 for 25. And Captain Kester Charlemagne would be really happy with his spell. And the Micoud Eagles, they finish on 179 for 4. After 20 overs, after being asked to bat first here in this encounter. Mervyn Wells, he remained unbeaten on 71 of 50 deliveries, and Rohan Lesmore got off the mark of the 2 deliveries that he had faced. So, Joe Sentmarth, your views on the first half of this crucial encounter between the South Castries Lions and the Micoud Eagles?
Well, in my opinion, it was a really equal first 20 overs. No team really, took the lead. But the Micoud Eagles, they will be a little disappointed of not getting a score of over 200. But 179, it is already on the scoreboard. And so the South Castries Lions will have to get 180. But they need a good opening partnership. And we know Johnson Charles and Andre Fletcher, they can do it. But if not, if they get out early, the South Castries Lions might be in trouble.
We did mention that there was some moisture available to the bowlers when we did have a look at the pitch. And we saw really Mervyn Wells really batted 50 deliveries and he really struggled in the middle phase. Even Keegan Arnold didn't get going. It was Samuel Charles only who really looked to really be able to find the boundary with good consistency. But even he was kept quiet for a bit as we look at the over by over chart. Some only 9 overs going above that 10 over mark. So credit must be given to the South Castries Lions bowlers. And I just wonder, is there a little bit more in the wicket for the bowlers this evening, as we've seen, compared to what we've seen in previous encounters, Joe?
Yes, it might be the case, but we just have to wait and see. The 179, it is not a bad score, but the South Castries Lions, as I said, they will have to have a good start in order to get that to that 180.
Yes, so at the halfway mark in this encounter, just to run you through the match summary, the Micoud Eagles, having been asked to bat first, they got to 179 for 4. Just to remind our viewers, the likes of Merlin Sami and Rowan Lesmore only facing one delivery. Merlin Sami was unused in the dugout. It was Kyron Phillip who was sent in towards the back end to really try to add that impetus to the Micoud Eagles innings, but he was not able to. It was Mervyn Wells, 71 of 50. Samuel Charles, 39 of 27, and Keegan Arnold, 21 of 17 with the runs for the Micoud Eagles. And with the ball for the South Castries Lions, Royce Paul, 2 overs, 1 for 14. Kester Shalmine, 4 overs, 1 for 25. And Daniel Jabatis, 4 overs, 1 for 45. When we resume the action out in the middle, the South Castries Lions, in the final round-robin game, they would need 180 runs for victory at a rate of 9 runs per over. So stay tuned, and we will be back with the action at the Francis Barber Lastic ground in about 10 minutes.
Game on tonight. Micoud Eagles. Asking the South Castries Lions, Dr. Freezer, South Castries Lions to make 180 to win. Yeah, boy, CB under pressure. Sometimes CB walking, CB under pressure. CB looking like he's going to feel tonight.
And we are back live here at the Francis Barber Lastic Ground. It's match number 23 in SPL 6, and we have seen the first innings of this encounter come to a close. The Micoud Eagles, having been asked to bat first, only got to 179 for a total that they hope would be enough to prevail here against the South Castries Lions this evening. Captain Mervyn Wells, he really steadied the ship and batted throughout the innings, scoring 71 of 50s. Samuel Charles, 39 of 27, adding the early impetus. And Keegan Arnold, he tried his best in the middle, 21 of 17. Royce Paul, 2 overs, 1 for 14. Kester Shalmine, 4 overs, 1 for 25. And Daniel Jabatis, 4 overs, 1 for 45. The pick of the bowlers for the South Castries Lions. The South Castries Lions, they would need 180 at 9 runs and over, as I welcome back Joe St. Maff to the commentary box.
Thank you very much, Dexter. And we're in for a very good game this evening. But as I said before, the South Castries Lions, they will need a very good start between the two experienced batsmen in Johnson Charles and Andre Fletcher to reach to that 180.
Siobhan Leo to start off proceedings for the Micoud Eagles. And Johnson Charles, he survives the first delivery of this encounter. In the previous 2 games, we'd seen him offer opportunities, one in which he was dropped and the other in which he was not so lucky. But this evening, he shoulders arms and allows that one to be taken by the keeper.
Yeah, good judgment being shown there by Charles. Ball just outside the off stump, and he didn't play.
Second delivery coming up from Siobhan Leo. Short delivery there, and Johnson Charles really just caresses this one and flat bats that one. Deliberate effort, as that one is a misfield from the keeper. There's no additional run. Really sedate start, no aggression, no ultra aggressive shots so far from Johnson Charles. Good signs for the South Castries Lions, but the man at the other end, Bolton Sayers, he really came to life in that last encounter. 50 of 25 deliveries at the Lafargue playing field.
Yes, and he has grown very, very well into a very good player, Sayers.
Siobhan Leo to continue, and that one again is good delivery outside the line of the off stump. And Bolton Sayers allows that one in the same fashion that we saw from Johnson Charles. So both batsmen looking to really take their time. The equation, only 9.18 runs required per over. Good batting surface, good batting conditions. There is something out there for the bowlers. Siobhan Leo continues halfway through over number 1. The short delivery on that one. Is that an opportunity? Yes, it is. Sanjay Pamphil under it, and he takes the catch. So there will be no half century for Bolton Sayers this evening. And the Micoud Eagles, they have striked in the first over. Bolton Sayers, he has to go without scoring off his second delivery. And Siobhan Leo, he makes the breakthrough for the Micoud Eagles. 1 run for 1 wicket.
Bolton Sayers, he was in no position to play that hook shot. And the ball coming big on him. And he took a top edge and a very easy catch to Pamphil. So the Micoud Eagles, they have really drawn first blood. Bolton Sayers going, and so I'm sure the Micoud Eagles, they will be very happy to make an early breakthrough.
Yes, most definitely a vital breakthrough there for the Micoud Eagles team. It's still no Andre Fletcher. It's the overseas player. The second overseas player, it's Daniel McDonald out of Grenada. Left-handed McDonald, who really has not got going in the tournament so far with the bat. And tonight, he would want to correct that and really get a score to take his team home this evening. This fragile middle order of the South Castries Lions has really contributed to the situation they find themselves in. Finalists in 2025. Now they're hanging on by a thread to make that vital top 4 position. Still inside the power play. Still the first over of the defense. Still 2 balls to come. The backwards point and a man on the mid-wicket boundary. A short delivery there from Siobhan Leo to greet Daniel McDonald this evening. And as we saw from previous two batsmen, he allowed that one to be taken by the keeper without playing a shot.
Good bouncer there by Leo, but the batsman keeping his eyes on the ball at the last moment and just rocking back and let it go past his chest into the gloves of the keeper. But good attacking bowling by Leo.
Brilliant over so far. Can he close it off? One delivery left. That one is a full delivery. Must have been a slower one. One of the best slower balls you will see in SPL 6 will come from Chauvin Leo as he finishes off over number 1. The score, 1 run for 1 wicket. Still 179 required for victory of 19 overs.
A brilliant over there by Chauvin Leo. He got the wicket and the previous delivery, a bouncer, and the batsman had to rock back, the ball passing by his chest into the gloves of the keeper, and the last delivery, a slower yorker, which the batsman had to dig out. So a very good over by Chauvin Leo, and the Micoud Eagles, they are flying high at the moment.
Most definitely the Micoud Eagles team would know that the South Castries team, they've not batted well so far in this competition. And on paper, they boast one of the strongest batting units, with the likes of Johnson Charles and Andre Fletcher in the mix. We've seen output from Andre Fletcher, 229 runs he's amassed so far with a century even. Johnson Charles. Kyron Phillip to continue. This one is shot down the leg side. Wide signal by the umpire. So the second run for the South Castries Lions. Right, so Andre Fletcher is amassed 229 runs so far with a century even. 13 sixes he's struck so far in SPL 6. So he has shown signs of good form, but Johnson Charles, more would have been expected of him from the South Castries Lions fans. Will he treat them with a Johnson Charles special this evening as Kyron Phillip races in? That one again is a nicely lined delivery, and Charles is forward and defends well. Quiet start, some 3 deliveries faced for his solitary run. Seems to be a very watchful Johnson Charles on show here this evening, Joe.
He needs to be watchful because his team is in early trouble. They are 2 for 1.
Kyron Phillip would want to deepen. And that one is an opportunity. That is high, as is customary in the competition so far. Will it be held? Yes, it is. And it's the captain, Mervyn Wells, who circles under that one and plucks it out the air in the end. And Johnson Charles, number 25, has to walk back. A very good wicket there for the Micoud Eagles team. A big wicket in the context of this encounter. And Johnson Charles, again, as we've seen in previous games, skying a delivery early on in his innings. And it's up to the fielding team whether you catch him or you don't. And Mervyn Wells made no mistake with this one. And the South Castries Lions, they are in further trouble. 2 runs for 2 wickets.
And we were just saying that he needs to really take his time and rebuild the innings, but it was not to be. Going for a hook shot, the ball taking the top edge. Kine and Mervyn Wells, who was in good form with the bat, continues the good form in the catching. He took the catch. And Johnson Charles has to go back to the pavilion. So the South Castries Lions, they're in further trouble. They are 2 for 2.
There's a big wicket of Johnson Charles there for Kyron Phillip, who really came into good bowling form in that last encounter. As Andre Fletcher strides out to the middle for the South Castries Lions, batting at number 4 for the second consecutive game. He did bat at number 4 at Lafargue, and it did not pay off. 6 games, he has amassed 229 at a strike rate of 169. It's Kyron Phillip to continue. Short delivery outside the off stump, and that one is cut, and that will find the boundary. So Andre Fletcher, he gets off the mark with a good boundary there A much needed boundary for the South Castries Lions. A good shot there, finding the boundary and bisecting the two fielders who are out there, the deep point and the man on the third man boundary.
And Andre Fletcher will be very happy to get a wide delivery. And he got on top of it and cutting it down to the backward point area. But again, Andre Fletcher will be under a lot of pressure to really see if he can get to that 180 with the rest of the batting. But at the moment, they're really under a lot of pressure.
Kyron Phillip, number 12 on his back, races away now, and that one is pitched up and keeps a bit low. Really surprises the batsman. Was that a slower ball from Kyron Phillip? Good variations being shown there from the young pacer out of Dominica, one of the overseas players in the Micoud Eagles setup. The effect of the overseas players in SPL 6 has been tremendous. Kyron Phillip really coming into his own in the last game, taking up a 4-wicket haul. He's continued that good bowling form, a short delivery, and that one almost hitting Fletcher in the shoulder. That really did not get off the pitch. So we've seen 2 deliveries from Kyron Phillip, keep a bit low. That one maybe hitting an area in the wicket that is a bit soft. Really not getting up. And Andre Fletcher doing well to not take a blow on his left shoulder. As Phillip continues, he tries for extra pace and he loses the plot or the radar on this one, and that's a very wayward delivery, the widest probably of the competition so far, resulting in 5 wides. So a very bad delivery there from Kyron Phillip, just when he would have been looking to close out the over.
You're really seeing the pressure there on the South Castries Lions, and they will welcome that 5 wide.
They move into double digits, 11 for 2. 1 delivery left in over number 2. Kyron Phillip comes in once more. It's a slower delivery outside the off stump. There's a look back from Kyron Phillip at the umpire, but a dot ball from, says umpire Sepal, 10 runs off over number 2. And the South Castries Lions, 11 for 2 after 2.
Really, they're putting themselves under a lot of pressure. The South Castries Lions, they needed a good start, but it wasn't to be. Bolton Sayers was the first to go, and then Johnson Charles followed. So the Micoud Eagles, they're really putting the pressure on the South Castries Lions, and the Lions, they will have to bat long. These two will have to put a good partnership together, but at the moment, the Micoud Eagles, they're the happier of the 2 teams.
Start of over number 3. Second over being bowled by Siobhan Leo, right arm round the wicket to the left-handed McDonald. Starts off with a wide down the leg side. A good take there from keeper Dominic Auguste. And Siobhan Leo, he had a brilliant first over, only conceding 1 run and picking up the informed batter, Bolton Sayers, in that first over as well. And the Micoud Eagles team with 2 early wickets, they would be really looking to squeeze the South Castries Lions in this power play. How does Daniel McDonald respond as he's greeted with a short, rearing delivery there from Siobhan Leo? And Siobhan Leo not giving anything away to the South Castries Lions batsmen at the moment.
Oh, he's bowling a hostile pace, a hostile spell there by him, Leo. And the South Castries Lions, they are under a lot of pressure, and they will have to find a way to stay in and score runs.
That one again, a slower delivery, almost an off-cutter. That one deviating. If it had continued on its original line, may have well been a wide down the leg side. And that one coming back at the body of the left-handed McDonald, who was able to work it into the leg side and pick up a comfortable single in the end. He's off the mark. And this brings Andre Fletcher back on strike. This is a key battle there for the South Castries Lions. Siobhan Leo with his tail up. And Andre Fletcher with the weight of the South Castries Lions batting lineup on his back. As we see some changes being made to the field. The two fielders that are out, a deep point and a man on the third man boundary. Siobhan Leo right over the wicket. That one is pitched up and Fletcher is forward and defends well. And there is no run. So a good start to the over for Siobhan Leo. Only the 1 run considered off the bat so far. 1.3 overs, 1 for 3. And Andre Fletcher forward in defense and really respecting the good work that has been done by Siobhan Leo so far. Let's see if that respect, or how long that sort of respect will be kept by Andre Fletcher. Still all of 167 runs required for victory. And with these 2 early wickets, the target, or the total of 179 now looks a mountain for the South Castries Lions. This one is a full delivery and the fielder half stop, the bowler. And the batsmen, they're able to pick up another single. So Andre Fletcher, he moves up to 5. This brings Daniel McDonald on strike. He's really struggled for runs in SPL 6 so far. He's not had that significant score that the South Castries Lions would be expecting of him. That one is badly lined. So Siobhan Leo really struggling to adjust to the right-hand, left-hand combination that is operating out in the middle for the South Castries Lions at the moment.
Yes, he's really losing the plot for a while there. He's bowling down the leg side. But so far he has bowled a good spell and he will want to end the over on a good note. But the South Castries Lions, they are under a lot of pressure and they will have to bat deep and bat well.
Very good slower delivery there from Siobhan Leo, deceiving Daniel McDonald, who was only able to adjust and defend, resulting in another dot ball, the third of the over. Out of the 6 games that he's played so far, he's only amassed 74 runs. Really not what the South Castries Lions would have been expecting or hoping from their overseas top order batsman, who had a brilliant 2025 season with them. He would have played some vital knocks on their way to the finals last year. But all of that is in the past. 2026, he's not managed anything substantial to help their cause. Will tonight be his night? Siobhan Leo struggles again with his run-up. South Castries Lions, they need a victory here this evening to stand any chance of making it into one of those vital top 4 positions. A win here for either team takes them into second place temporarily. So that one is a full delivery from Siobhan Leo and dug out by McDonald. More importantly, for the South Castries, for the Micoud Eagles, another dot ball. So that brings the end. Over number 3, 15 for 2, the South Castries Lions.
And the South Castries Lions, they are really struggling out there. And very good bowling by Siobhan Leo. And they just cannot get him off the square. So the Micoud Eagles, they are flying high. And the South Castries Lions will have to find a way to start roaring. There is a bowling change from our end. It looks like Pamphil, who is picking up the attack for the Micoud Eagles.
Yes, it will be Sanjay Pamphil from the commentary box end. His last game here, he picked up 3 vital wickets against the Grosley Knights, I believe it was, picking up the Man of the Match award in that game as well. So he would have good memories operating from this end. And the Micoud Eagles will be hoping that he can continue that wicket-taking form as he comes into Andre Fletcher. And that one is pitched up and driven nicely straight to Samuel Charles in the cover region, and there's not a chance of a run. Such was the timing on that shot from Andre Fletcher.
Yeah, he just needed the placement either to the left or to the right of the fielder, and he would have gotten 4. But he did straight to the fielder. But Pamphile is a very good bowler, and Fletcher must be watchful.
Generally operates with a foolish length, looking to bowl those Yorkers as that one is pung through the cover region for 4. And not a man moved in that region. Mervyn Wells and Samuel Charles perhaps did not even see that ball. Wrist along into the boundary. Andre Fletcher, he picks up his second boundary of the evening.
Yeah, the ball was pitching his slot, and he drove it swiftly and powerfully, like a trace of bullet, down to the boundary for 4. But Fletcher will need to stay there as long as possible. But he has a lot of pressure on him with these 2 early wickets.
Just to give you an idea of the field that is set. No one out on the boundary on the onside or the leg side. 2 fielders out, deep cover, and a man at long off. Sanjay Pamphile continues, and that one is an opportunity, and he's caught at point. And Sanjay Pamphile, he does the trick for the Micoud Eagles once more here at the Francis Babalastic grounds. He loves bowling from that end, and he's picked up a huge wicket for his team. And the South Castries Lions, they are in further trouble, 19 for 3.
I just said that Pamphile is a very good bowler, and Fletcher needs to be careful. And he got a short ball outside the off stump and cut it straight to the fielder at backward point. And that's the end of Andre Fletcher and the South Castries Lion. They are in further trouble, and it will take a miracle from here to get to that 180.
A big wicket for the Micoud Eagles, and you can tell in their body language that they feel that they are in control of this contest. As we see that one on the replay again, pitched up delivery, and Andre Fletcher really going through with the hands, the feet not coming across, not being able to keep it down, and a sharp catch there from Serie, coming in for his first game, and a big catch there for the young man. He will be proud of that. And the new batsman for the South Castries Lions is Efren Charles. Another full delivery goes past the outside edge. Half a peel there from the keeper. It's all happening out in the middle. Pressure on the South Castries Lions. Joseph Maff.
They are really under a lot of pressure, and they will have to really get a good partnership going between these two. But at the moment, the Eagles, they are flying high.
Most definitely, as we see some conversations being had out in the middle. Kyron Phillip requesting a field change. With still 2 deliveries left in over number 4. Another successful over from the Micoud Eagles. Efren Charles on strike. That one is again is a Yorker delivery, and he digs this one out all the way to the fielder, who had just been positioned out on the cover boundary. So a good field change, one would say there. Kyron Phillip making that call, resulting in just a single. So only 5 runs off this Sanjay Pamphile first over. Still 1 delivery to come. 20 for 3. 160 required. 16.1 overs remaining. 9.90 runs per over. Relatively 2 new batsmen out in the middle. And Daniel McDonald has faced 6 deliveries for his 1 run. And Efren Charles has just faced the 2 deliveries. I will see more field changes being employed. Mervyn Wells and his men long off. And deep extra cover, the 2 fielders out. As that one is pitched up, and a good end to the over. Man, Daniel McDonald trying to steal a single. But Sanjay Pamphile prevented the chance of that single coming across to his left. Over number 4 comes to an end, and the South Castries Lions, they are 20 for 3.
Brilliant over by Sanjay Pamphile, in which he got the valuable wicket of Andre Fletcher. And the South Castries Lions, they're really under the pump. And as I said, it will take a miracle for them to get to that 180. But cricket is a funny old game. You can never tell until the last ball is bowled.
Yes, most definitely. We are not calling this one by any means, but it's clear as daylight which team is ahead at this point in time. With the graphic now on screen, you could see that orange worm of the South Castries Lion really lagging behind, and they've lost 3 wickets more than the Micoud Eagles did at this very same stage in their turn at the wicket. And it will be Siobhan Leo to bowl his third over of his spell to Efron Charles. So that one is a very good delivery, swinging back into the right-handed Efron Charles, who has to respect that one. Another dot delivery, 2.1 overs, 1 for 5. What a brilliant spell so far from Siobhan Leo.
Yeah, he has bowled a magnificent spell for his team, and he has put them in a very good position. But Efron Charles and McDonald, they will have to really stay in and bat as long as possible.
A wide delivery to follow that dot delivery for Siobhan Leo. Perhaps striving to get in that Yorker. Try to surprise Efron Charles with that after an in-swinger, the previous delivery that he was equal to. Getting that one down the wrong line, resulting in 1 run being added to the score, 21 for 3. That one again jumping at the batsman off a length. And Efron Charles, just when he was looking to really get onto the front foot and drive that ball through the cover region, that one really jumped off a length, striking him on the gloves. So Siobhan Leo really causing trouble out in the middle. And the batsmen, they've not been able to get him away so far. Short delivery, and that one is cut. Upishly, is that an opportunity? And Gavi Serie on the third man boundary is not able to come across. Nor is he able to pluck that one out of the air and make a catch out of it. And Efron Charles picks up a boundary, more importantly for the South Castries Lions. 25 for 3.
A rare shot on wide delivery by Leo, and Efron Charles getting on top of it, cutting it. It was in the air for a while, but the fielder could not get to it. And so the South Castries Lions get a boundary, a welcome boundary, but they will have to get many more.
The Micoud Eagles will be encouraged by this as he continues another slower delivery. An off-cutter there from Siobhan Leo. Really getting back into that tight line, not offering any room outside the off stump of the right-handed batsman, as he was guilty of doing in the previous delivery. Efron Charles really capitalized on that one. Slip in position, Captain Mervyn Wells. That one again goes past the field at slip and the vacant third man region, and Efron Charles picks up another boundary in this over, really playing with soft hands and getting that one down and past the fielder at first slip and all the way into the boundary. So a good productive over turning out to be there for the South Castries Lions.
Yes, a productive over for them so far. It will ease up the pressure on them a little. But as I said, Efron Charles and McDonald, they will have to bat as long as possible.
9 runs off the over, 1 delivery left. He goes for the short ball, and that one coming off the glove. And Keegan Arnold and presenting an opportunity for a second run. And Efron Charles and Daniel McDonald, credit must be given to them for really keeping their eyes on the ball. And Keegan Arnold really a brain fade there, firing at the non-strikers. And run-out was really not on the cards and gifting the South Castries Lions an additional run. So the fifth over going for some 11 runs of Siobhan Leo. The South Castries Lions, they are 31 for 3, and they're fighting back in this encounter.
Successful over there for the South Castries Lions. They get 11 runs off it, so they will want to stay there and get many more. But at the moment, the Micoud Eagles, they are in front and getting 3 wickets in Bolton Sayers, Andre Fletcher, and Johnson Charles. That's 3 big wickets. And the Micoud Eagles, they will fancy their chances. But it's still a long way to go in this encounter.
Sanjay Pamphil to continue the attack, bowling to the left-handed McDonald, who is forward and just drops this one into the offside. And goes down to the fielder at long off, and that's a comfortable single there for Daniel McDonald. He's been watchful. He's been patient. He's not looked to play any shots in aggression. He knows that he needs to get a score if his team are to get over the line here this evening. Efren Charles, another product of the High Performance Center, a very enterprising young batsman. He can play all the shots in the book, as that one is pitched up and he drives this one past the fielder at point for 4. A good start to the over there from Efren Charles, and he continues to find the boundary. He moves on to 15 of 9 deliveries.
Textbook shot there by Efren Charles. Everything was perfect. Head over the ball, elbows cock, and get close to the ball and drove it swiftly through the covers for 4. Superb shot by the young man.
How does Sanjay Pamphil really correct his length, as that one is a yorker delivery, but no ball is the call from umpire C. Pal. So Sanjay Pamphil guilty of overstepping the front crease. And that will result in a free hit to none other than Efren Charles, who is on strike. So there cannot be any changes to the field. Sanjay Pamphil comes in, free hit. A full delivery, and Efren Charles hits this one. They'll challenge the field out on the boundary, and he's not able to come around in time. So another boundary being struck there by Efren Charles, taking full advantage of this free hit opportunity, picking up his second boundary in the over.
Well done by Efren Charles. And Pamphil been guilty of a no ball, and then bowling another delivery which was a free hit, and Efren Charles but taking full advantage.
Final over of the power play, a good one so far for the South Castries Lions, as Efren Charles really works this one into the mid-wicket region and goes through for a quick single. Rohan Lesmore, not the quickest of fielders out inside the circle, was not able to prevent the chance of that run. So good batsmanship being shown there by Efren Charles. And we've seen in SPL 6 some really good knocks by the players from the High Performance Center. The likes of Khan Elcock, Tariq Edward, we've seen 200s from. Efren Charles, Bolton Sayers. Sanjay Pamphil continues and full delivery. McDonald is forward and picks up an easy single into the offside. And the players, as I was making mention of, from the High Performance Center, they've really done well, and the coaches and organizers, the administrators at the High Performance Center would be really proud of what they've seen from some of those players, as Efren Charles is forward and drives this one wide of the long off fielder. They think of a second, but Kyron Phillip comes around in time and prevents the chance of a second. So some 13 runs coming off over number 6, the second over being bowled by Sanjay Pamphil. So at the end of the power play, the South Castries Lions, they are 44 for 3.
Yeah, so the power play, I think the Micoud Eagles will be the happier of the two teams after the power play. But the South Castries Lions, they are fighting back a little. And as I said, these two, McDonald and Efren Charles, they will have to stay there as long as possible to get close to that 180.
Yes, and just the graphic shows that in that last of the last 2 overs, the South Castries Lions are getting back up closer to that required rate. They've lost 2 wickets more than the Micoud Eagles did at this very stage. The Micoud Eagles, they got to 63, I believe it was, inside the power play, but it was really in that middle phase that they really struggled, where the South Castries Lions were able to really choke the run scoring. And the South Castries Lions would be hoping that the same way that they bowled in the middle phase, that they can bat more effectively than the Micoud Eagles team did in that middle phase between overs 7 and 12 or 15 to really set up the chase later on in the innings.
Yeah, good point, good observation, good assessment, and let's see what will happen.
It will be a bowling change from the Micoud Eagles. It will be Gavi Serio taking up the attack. He will be replacing Shervon Leo. So we're outside the power play. Field set, deep mid wicket, long on, long off. Third man on the boundary and a sweeper out on the offside. Fielders inside the circle, short fine leg, square leg, cover, and a man at point. Gavi, tall, lanky. And that one is tucked into the offside by Efren Charles, and he takes off for a quick single. So good batting there from Efren Charles. He really looks in the mood to get some runs this evening, and the South Castries Lions would be hoping that that is a promising sign.
Yeah, so far he's looking good. He's playing each ball on its merit. He looks correct. He plays straight, and he's giving good support to McDonald. And as I said, these two, they will have to bat on as long as possible to get to that 180. But it is a tall order, especially three of the better batsmen are back in the pavilion.
Daniel McDonald, 9 deliveries for the 3 runs that he has scored so far. As that one is down the leg side and tickled fine. That one will go close to the boundary, and it goes in the boundary now. So a good boundary there for Daniel McDonald. Picks up his first boundary, the South Castries Lions. 49 for 3.
Wayward delivery by Sevier on the pads of McDonald, and he played it fine and down to the boundary for 4. So we'll have to continue to score the boundaries, take the ones, take the twos, and build a partnership. But at the moment, the Micoud Eagles, they are slightly in front.
Yes, definitely too straight on that occasion from Gavi Serie. Would be better advised to bowl more on that off-stump line with the field that is set for him. As this one is edged past the keeper and straight to the fielder out on the third man boundary. And immediately as he makes that adjustment, he looks a lot more threatening, operating from that line on about off stump and outside the off stump. Another challenge for the young bowler is that he now has to adjust for both the right-hander and the left-hander. It's the right-handed Efren Charles on strike right now. It's a standard field. Third man on the boundary, cover on the boundary, long off, long on. And the man on the deep mid-wicket boundary. That one again is badly lined down the leg side. So Gavi Serie, he continues to struggle with the challenge that is before him, that right-hand, left-hand combination. And we saw Shervon Leo struggle with it a bit. The youngster really needs to get it right here. Still 2 deliveries to come. He's only considered the 6 runs. With that wide, the 50 comes up for the South Castries Lions, 54-3 in over number 7. So that one is a short delivery, and Efren Charles rocks back and punches that one over backward square leg for 6. A fantastic shot there from the young man. We did say that he has all the shots in the book, and if it's one thing that the Micoud Eagles need to learn quickly is he loves to pull those short deliveries. So they would be ill-advised to continue that line of attack to him. Some 12 runs considered off Gavi Serie's first over. Still 1 delivery to come. The South Castries Lions, they are 56 for 3.
He is from the high performance center, and he played a high performance quality shot there, short delivery, and he pulled it. He got over it, rolled the wrist, and that was a superb shot, magnificent shot by Charles. But he will have to continue to bat with McDonald, because they are really up against it. As I said, 3 good batsmen already in the pavilion, but they need to take charge and put the Micoud Eagles under pressure.
Still 124 required of 13.1 overs for victory there by the South Castries Lions. And Efren Charles, a good innings in the making from the young man, 28 of 16. Putting pressure on Gavi Serie, coming in to bowl into this encounter, replacing Ted Jonas. Big shoes to fill. Ted Jonas, one of the more experienced bowlers for the Micoud Eagles over the years.
Yes, Jonas is a very good bowler, but probably he has a slight injury, I think. And Gavi Serie will have to really bowl a tighter line than that. But at the moment, Efren Charles is looking very good. And from a South Castries Lion point of view, they will want the two to stay there and bat.
Yes, he really needs to adjust his line of attack. He's a bit too straight at the moment with the field that is set for him. Needs to be more on the line of the off stump. Can he make the adjustment? One delivery left in over number 7. And that one is a lot better from the young man. And Efren Charles tucks that one into the offside and picks up comfortable single. And that brings over number 7 to an end. 13 runs of Gavi Series first over. And the South Castries Lions, they are 57 for 3 after 7 overs.
So a good over there for the South Castries Lions. And Gavi Siri was under some pressure in this over. And Efren Charles playing a delightful hook shot for 6. And so, as I said, these two, they will have to continue batting as long as possible. But we have a very good encounter out there in the middle between the two teams. And it seems to have a bowling change. It's going to be Shalby, Hazel Shalby to pick up the attack.
Hazel Shalry has picked up some 8 wickets in the competition so far for the Micoud Eagles, the highest wicket taker for them in SPL 6, that is. And right arm off spinner, very experienced man. As we take a look at the field that is being set for the right-handed Efren Charles. The matchup suiting the right-handed batsman, deep square leg, deep mid-wicket, long on, long off. Other fielders out on the boundary, right arm over the wicket. Hazel Shalry flights this one, and Efren Charles is forward, tries to work that one into the leg side. That one going straight back to the bowler. Hazel Shalry begins with a dot ball. And that one is spanked. Does he find the man on the long on boundary? Yes, he has! And Sanjay Pamphil picks up his second catch of the evening. And Efren Charles, he's on one knee in the middle of the wicket. Really disappointed with himself, finding the man on the long off boundary. And Sanjay Pamphil making no mistake with that one. And number 33, Efren Charles, he has to go. And the South Castries Lions, they have lost their 4th wicket with the score on 57.
And the South Castries Lions dugout, they're looking very sad. And they ought to be, because they're in a lot of trouble. Efren Charles, who was looking so good, just gifted his wicket away, hitting the ball straight to the man at long off. And so another wicket going down for the South Castries Lions. And I think the captain, Mr. Shalman, is coming in. And he will have to really play a captain's knock, just like Mervyn Wells. But the South Castries Lions, they are under a lot of pressure.
Yes, as we saw that catch from Sanjay Pamphil and the celebration. Really excited with his fielding effort so far this evening. 2 catches and the big wicket of Andre Fletcher. Hazel Shalry to continue. It's Captain Kester Shalmine coming out in the middle, and he would probably want to take a page from Mervyn Wells' book when he did bat. Hazel Shalry, that one is short and wide, and Kester Shalmine will not get an easier delivery to face up to. They tried to steal a second, but Daniel McDonald was not interested, and Captain Shalmine is off the mark. 58 for 4, the South Castries Lions.
And he'll be very happy to get off the mark. And so himself and McDonald, they have a lot of work to do. 58 for 4, and the cream of the batting is back in the pavilion.
Hazel Shalry changes the line of attack, right arm around the wicket to the left-handed McDonald. And that one is flighted, attacking the stumps. Hazel Shalry really looking to get Daniel McDonald to play. How much longer can he defend? As that one again is flighted, and he works this one, opens the face on that one. Gets a comfortable single down to the fielder, short third man. And with a drinks break at the halfway mark, at the 10 over mark, the South Castries Lions could really afford to really stay in and try to build a partnership for the 2 overs leading up to that. As this is an opportunity, a loud appeal. And has he been given? Yes, he has. So Hazel Showry, he has struck twice in over number 8. Just as we were crying out for a partnership to be built between Kester Shalmine and Daniel McDonald, leading up to the drinks break, Hazel Showry strikes a double wicket over from Hazel Showry. Only 2 runs conceded in that over. As we look at that one on the replay, Kester Shalmine all the way forward and looking to open the face and work that one down to the 3rd man region. Only succeeding in getting a feather edge to the keeper, Dominic O'Gis, making no mistake. And the South Castries Lions, half of their batting lineup, are back in the pavilion. Kester Shalmine caught Dominic O'Gis, bowled Hazel Showry. What a start from Hazel Showry.
It was a nothing shot by Kester Shalmine. Ball outside the off stump and just edging the ball to the keeper. And so the South Castries Lions, they are in further trouble. And as I said before, it will take a miracle for them to get to that 180. But cricket is a funny old game, and you can never know what will happen until the last ball is bowled.
The South Castries Lions have really not started that middle phase of the innings well. They've already lost 2 wickets in that middle phase, having lost 3 wickets inside the power play. Half the side are back in the pavilion as Gavi Siri continues. And that one is a full toss and spunked, but straight to the fielder on the cover boundary. Siobhan Leo makes no mistake. And Daniel McDonald, he continues to fight for the South Castries Lions. The new batsman to join him out in the middle, Malcolm Monrose, his 3rd successive game, and he had a really entertaining innings the last time that the South Castries Lions played here at the Francis Babalastic grounds, and they would need all of his batting ability here this evening if they are to prevail. 120 still required for victory. Siri, that one is a loud appeal, and to the disappointment of the Micoud Eagle fielders, the umpire says not out. That one looked straight from my vantage point. Leg by signal by the umpire. We would have to wait for the benefit of a replay to see what really transpired on that one. Loud appeal. Umpire. Gavi Syria continues, right arm over the wicket. Left-handed McDonald who comes forward. A slower delivery there from Syria. After that LBW appeal, seems to be running in with a lot more energy.
Yeah, probably he thought he had his man, but umpire Leo is in the best position. He said not out, so Gavi will have to try again.
Yes, halfway through his second over, he's considered the 14 runs so far. Good start to the second over compared to his previous over. Only the 1 run off the bat so far. And another slower delivery there by the young man. And this time, more importantly, getting the line right. In his first over, he operated on the body of the batsman, and he really was punished for that line of attack. In this over, he has managed to correct that so far. Still 2 deliveries to come.
Yeah, a good over, but the second over, and he'll want to finish the over on a good note.
Still 1.2 overs away from that drinks break that I was making mention of. That one is a full delivery and worked comfortably into the leg side. A shy at the non-striker's end from Samuel Charles, and they go for a second run, and the backing up from Mervyn Wells, that looks like. But Samuel Charles, really, that run out was really not on the cards. Really just gifting another run to Daniel McDonald and the South Castries Lions. McDonald moves on to 12 of 17. One delivery left in over number 9. A much better over from Gavi Serie. Can he close it off quietly? And that one is a loud appeal. And this time there's no shy at the stumps. And another leg by considered to end the over. So just 5 runs off the second over from Gavi Serie. A much better over from the young man coming in for his first game. The South Castries Lions, after 9 overs, they are 64 for 5.
Gavi Serie and the Micoud Eagles will be happy with this over. And so the South Castries Lions, they have a very big task on their hands. And as I said, the majority of the batsmen are back in the pavilion. And Malcolm Monrose and McDonald, they will have to really bat and bat long.
The Micoud Eagles have managed to pick up wickets in clusters, and that has really set the South Castries Lions team further back than they would have expected at this phase. Just 1 over left before that drinks break, and I'm thinking that Daniel McDonald, who's on strike right now, would be thinking of getting to the drinks break without the loss of any further wickets. Not sure if Malcolm Monrose, who will be on strike now, would have that same mindset.
Malcolm Monrose is unpredictable in his batting, so let us hope from South Castries Lions' point of view that he stays there with McDonald.
At the moment, he's doing some gardening, checking out that pitch, perhaps showing Hazel Shalry where he should not pitch those deliveries. Hazel Shalry settles in now and comes into Monrose, and that one is flighted, and Monrose goes. Is that an opportunity? Sanjay Pamphil once more, and he settles and takes the catch. So Malcolm Monrose was not able to resist the temptation, and he really drowned in the honeypot. Hazel Shalry really flighting that one over the eye line of Malcolm Monrose. And he could not hesitate, presenting a simple chance to Sanjay Pamphil on the long off boundary, who picks up his 3rd catch of the innings. And the South Castries Lions, they've lost their 6th wicket, 65 for 6, needing a further 115 from 10.4 overs. Joe St. Marth, your thoughts?
I said he was unpredictable in his batting, and he proved that he was unpredictable. He hit the ball straight to the man at long off, and that's the end of Malcolm Monrose. So the South Castries Lions, they are not able to roar this evening, and they are really facing a massive defeat here this evening, 65 for 6.
With the loss of the Lions' 6th wicket, the players are going to take that drinks break that I kept mentioning. The South Castries Lions batsmen perhaps wanted to have, those who got out wanted to have a drink back on the bench and not being able to come out at the resumption of play. Nonetheless, Micoud Eagles having been asked to bat first, they got to 179 for 4. Mervyn Wells 71 of 50, Samuel Charles 39 of 27, Keegan Arnold 21 of 17, Royce Paul 2 overs 1 for 14 for the Lions, Kester Shalmine 4 overs 1 for 25, and Daniel Jabatis 4 overs 1 for 45. And South Castries Lions, they find themselves in a hole really, 65 for 6 in reply. After 9.2 overs, Efren Charles, he looked promising, 29 of 19, really gifting his wicket at an ill-advised time, looking to continue attacking when all that was needed was some sensible batting. Daniel McDonald, 13 of 19, he's still out there. Andre Fletcher, 9 of 9. Hazel Shalry has been the pick of the bowlers so far. He's picked up 3 wickets for just 3 runs. 1.2 overs have been bowled. Kyron Phillip, 1 over 1 for 10, and Siobhan Leo, impressive figures also Very economical. 3 overs, 1 for 16 inside the power play. So the South Castries Lions at this stage, they still require for the 115 runs from 10.4 overs at 10.7 runs and over. So we are going to take a break up here in the commentary box end, and we will be back with you when the action resumes out in the middle. And the action is about to resume here at the Francis Lastic grounds. Match number 23. South Castries Lions taking on the Micoud Eagles. And the new batsman coming out to the middle for the South Castries Lions, Xavier Gabriel, who really has not produced anything substantial with the bat. Hazel Shalry continues, and that one trickles off the pads of the keeper, and they're able to go through for 1 wide. Perhaps Hazel Shalry getting some purchase out of the wicket.
Yes, well, he's bowling a very good spell for his team. And the South Castries Lions, really, they are under the pump.
Left-handed McDonald on strike, and that one is shot and spun straight to the fielder at cover. They go through for 1. Xavier Gabriel comes back on strike. One of those batsmen in the South Castries lineup who is really known for his power. So that one tries to steal a single into the offside. That ball gripping. And only managing to find the bowler. Another dot ball. Just the 4 runs off the over so far. And that one, he tries to spunk it through the offside, which is the slow nature of which that one was delivered, not being able to time that one. As a result, McDonald has a word with him, probably asking him that he doesn't need to try and hit the ball that hard. There are still singles on offer, 112 required, 10.2 overs still left. He has the power to make up in the end if he gets set. As that one is launched high, is that an opportunity? 2 fielders converging. Rowan Lesmore calls and he takes the catch. So Xavier Gabriel, he chose power after Daniel McDonald had just had a word with him. Really trying to take advantage of the flighted delivery from Hazel Shalry. And he too gets drowned in the honey. And Hazel Shalry, he's picked up his 4th wicket this evening. 1.5 overs, 4 for 6 runs.
And Shalby is mesmerizing the South Castries Lions batsmen. They just cannot get him off the pack. And as you said, they have been drowned in the honey. And the South Castries Lions, really and truly, they are up against it. And the Micoud Eagles, they are flying high.
One really has to question the approach of the South Castries Lions team as a batting unit. They've tried different opening combinations. They've tried Andre Fletcher in that middle order. In the last game that they lost, chasing against Monrepo, I believe it was at La Fag, they lost their final 6 wickets for only 22 runs in 4 overs. And that trend has continued here this evening at the Francis Babalastic grounds. It will be Gavi Seria to continue the attack. Bowling to the left-handed McDonald. It's a loud appeal this time and he's given. So Gavi Seria, he gets in on the act and picks up his first wicket. And the struggles of Daniel McDonald continues in SPL 6. The South Castries Lions, they are 8 wickets down with only 68 runs on the board. And the Micoud Eagles, as you rightfully said earlier, Joe, they are soaring high.
What a poor batting display by the South Castries Lions. And as I said earlier, if Johnson Charles and Andre Fletcher could really stay in and bat as long as possible, the South Castries Lions would have a chance. But if they goes early, they will be in trouble. And so said, so done. And the batsmen are just giving the wickets away. And the Micoud Eagles, they are really...
Daniel McDonald, another failure with the bat, one has to say, really. 14 of 21 with just 1-4, striking at 66 was not what was expected or required of him here this evening to take his team over the line. So his batting struggles in SPL 6 continues. 2 new batsmen out in the middle for the South Castries Lions. It's the experienced Larry Edward who really failed in that chase at the Lafargue playing field against Monrepo. And Royce Paul, another one of those young players. As we look at that one, McDonald really walking across his stumps and missing a straight one there from Gavi Seria. Larry Edward and Royce Paul, 2 capable players. 112 required of 9.5. The required run rate now has gone above that 10-run mark, 11.39 to be exact. Can they create a partnership? As that one is worked down to the long on fielder, and Larry Edward is off the mark of his first delivery. South Castries Lions would be thinking, can these two, Royce Paul and Larry Edward, really take it deep into the final 5 overs, possibly?
As you said, they are 2 capable batsmen, but they need to bat the rest of the overs to get to that 180. They mustn't rely on Daniel Jean-Baptiste.
Gavi Seria coming into Royce Paul will be facing his first delivery. And that one bites the dust, bounces just before the keeper and eludes everybody else and goes into the boundary for 5 wides. So if the runs are not going to come off the bat, the Micoud Eagles, they are offering some runs to the South Castries Lions via the route of extras. 6 runs conceded off the 11th over so far, but only 1 off the bat. Gavi Seria, he continues. When he does get it wrong, he gets it really wrong. Just needs to breathe at the top of his mark and really get back to what has worked for him. That is much better from the young man, and Royce Paul is forward and drives that one to the field out on the cover boundary. And Royce Paul is comfortably off the mark. 75 for 8, halfway through over number 11.
It's really a tough struggle bit for the South Castries Lions. The Eagles, they are on top. And as I said, these 2 will have to bat the rest of the overs to get to that 180.
Yes, they really need Larry Edwards special here this evening. If they are to get the remaining 105 runs, Seria continues, and that one again is down the leg side, but off the pads of the batsman. And they're not able to pick up any runs, so a dot ball resulting. Required run rate 11.25. Both teams have really struggled in the middle phase between overs 7 and 15. Saw that the run rate of the Micoud Eagles really took a hit in that middle phase. Syria continues, and that one Larry Edward flicks and finds the man at shot fine leg. And Ron Lesmore blocks that one. One more added to the total. Still one delivery left in over number 11. A successful over for Garvey Syria, in which he got that wicket of Daniel McDonald trapped in front. Only 2 wickets in hand for the South Castries Lions. A very important partnership. So that one is a full toss, and Royce Paul drives straight to the man on the long off boundary. Kyron Phillip gets down and blocks this one. So a single to end over number 11. 9 runs off that over from Garvey Syria, but he picked up an all-important wicket of Daniel McDonald. So the South Castries Lions needing 180 for victory. They are 77 for it.
And the struggle continues for the South Castries Lions. And the Micoud Eagles, they're really tightening the screws on the South Castries Lions. But as I said before, these two will have to bat the rest of the overs to get to the 180. But the Micoud Eagles will have other ideas, and they will want to clean up the tail.
So as we look at those peelers, those orange peelers, some really low ones, they've not been able to really take the attack to the Micoud Eagles and put them under pressure. And Hazel Shalry, the pick of the bowlers so far, he continues and will be bowling the final over of his spell. He's picked up 4 wickets already. Chance to finish with a 5-wicket haul or even a 6-wicket haul, as we saw earlier in the competition from Joshua Mann. That one is on the line of the leg stump, and Royce Paul works that one neatly to the field at short fine leg. Stand corrected, this is his 3rd over, so he still has another over after this one. 4 for 7. Impressive figures. Not only has he picked up wickets, but the South Castries Lions batsmen have not been able to score off of him. He's bowled slowly, he's flighted those balls generously.
Spell by Shalry.
Larry Edward, and that one is worked, but straight to the fielder at backward square leg. I lost that one for a moment. Poor backing up there from the Micoud Eagle fielders, resulting in another run to Larry Edward and the South Castries Lions, and Coach Nerville out on the boundary. It's not mincing his words there to the fielders. Larry Edward is back on strike after that too. And that one is flighted again. It's very slow through the air from Hazel Shalry, and he's been very effective with those deliveries this evening. And that one is a wayward delivery down the leg side, and keeper August is able to prevent the chance of another run. Halfway through over number 12. The required number of runs now below 199 required for victory. That one again is flighted. A good line and good length there from Hazel Shalry. Larry Edward really had to check that shot, perhaps looking to take the attack to Shalry, and at the last minute opting to adjust and pick up a comfortable single. And Royce Paul does the same, just blocks that one into the offside, and lots of singles on offer. Five runs off the over so far, still one delivery to come. 97 required from 8.1 overs. Not much batting left to come for the South Castries Lions. They would know that their chances lie on the back of Larry Edward and Royce Paul, as that one is spanked, but straight to Merlin Sami on the edge of the circle. and he did not time that one well enough. Hit it too hard, and as a result, there was not a chance for a single. So after 12 overs, the South Castries Lions 83 for 8. They still require a further 97 runs from the remaining 8 overs.
Sorry looking scorecard for the South Castries Lions. But these two, Larry Edward and the Royce Paul, they will have to really bat out of the skins to really get close to that 180. But the Micoud Eagles, they really have this game in hand.
Sorry looking scorecard. The top score so far, Efren Charles 29 of 19. The next highest score, Andre Fletcher 9 of 9. We have 3 ducks in there as well. So you described it well, Joe Senmath. A very sorry looking scorecard so far from the South Castries Lions. It's not over. Still 97 required. Still some 8 overs to go. They would be hoping that Royce Paul and Larry Edward could really put on a show here for the South Castries Lions fans who've made their way to the Francis Barbalastic grounds this evening.
Most definitely, but it will be a tall order for them, but you can never tell.
Gavi Serie to complete his spell. 3 overs, 1 for 25 so far. And that one is a good Yorker delivery outside the off stump. And Royce Paul not able to get the bat down in time, but that one was not on the line of the stumps. And a good dot delivery there from Gavi Serie, who's really grown into his own as his spell has gone on.
Yes, he is bowling better now. Good line, good length. And the Micoud Eagles, they're really on top. And the South Castries Lions, they are under a lot of pressure.
Yes, the Micoud Eagles team, a win there for either team tonight takes them up to second in the table, albeit temporarily. It's not a bad place to be overnight. The next game is on Friday. So a lot of teams would have their eyes open, their eyes fixated on this encounter. At the moment, the Micoud Eagles, they are in control. The odds are stacked against the South Castries Lions. 97 required from 7.5 overs at a rate of 12.3. Only 2 wickets in hand. Gavi Serie is running in towards us now, and that one is a good delivery, and Paul is back and defends well, really hitting that line and length where the batsman can neither be forward or back. And which areas would you say that Royce Paul can be looking to target? There's a big gap between over that fielder that's positioned. He's moving to the right off screen now. That's Captain Mervyn Wells going on the edge of the circle at cover. Over his head. That's one option, because Gavi Serie has been looking to hit that length outside the off stump. That one he goes a lot fuller, and Royce Paul digs this one out and picks up a single, but it's a no ball called by umpire Leo. Before that ball was bowled, we did see Gavi Serie taking his run-up again, marking that run-up, so perhaps he may have missed it and overstepping on that occasion. That will result in a free hit. Larry Edward is on strike. The South Castries Lions, can they take advantage of this free hit and add some momentum into this run chase? Serie right arm over the wicket. That one is a full delivery and an almighty heave from Larry Edward. Missing that one. A good delivery there from Gavi Serie, going for that Yorker, trying to cramp Larry Edward for room and succeeding on that occasion.
A good delivery by Serie, and Larry Edward could not make full use of the free hit.
Larry Edward, he is capable of finding the boundary Can he get one here for his team? That's that one. He moves and hit that one to the right of Merlin Sami out on the boundary, who comes around and he's able to stop that one. A good effort there from Merlin Sami, coming around to his right of the mid-wicket boundary. Larry Edward is not able to get the boundary. Picks up 2 more runs, 87 for 8. Still 2 deliveries left in over number 13. So Garvey Siri has really nailed those Yorkers so far in this over. He's looked to bowl a lot fuller. Fine leg in the circle. Tip backward square, deep mid wicket. That one is on the line of the pads again. Larry Edward not being able to get any bat onto that one. Trying to swivel that one past the short fine leg fielder. Not being able to, and that one is a leg by. It's very quiet at the Francis Barber Lastic grounds. You can hear a pin drop. Only the fielders of the Micoud Eagles team. That's the only sound that we're hearing. As that one is a full toss, and this one opens the face and gets it down to the 3rd man boundary. But there is a fielder position there, and it will only be another single. So after 13 overs, the South Castries Lions, they are 89 for 8. Still 91 runs required from 7 overs.
It will take a lot of work for these two to get to that 180. But the Micoud Eagles, they are really on top, and you can hear them. They are happy. But the South Castries Lions, really and truly, they are under the pump. And these two, it's not over yet. They can see whether they can get to that 180. But it will be a very, very difficult assignment for them.
Difficult assignment, but simple equation. They need 13 runs and over from here if they are to get a victory. 89 for 8, Hazel Shalry to continue. And Royce Paul, it's an opportunity for Sanjay Pamphil, who takes his 4th catch of the evening. And that's a 5-wicket haul for Hazel Shalry as he signals with an open palm to the air. And Sanjay Pamphil, his 4th catch of this evening, gives Hazel Shalry a 5th wicket. And Hazel Shalry 3.1 overs, 5 for 12. A match-defining spell there from the off-spinner from the Micoud Eagles team. And the South Castries Lions, they've lost their 9th wicket. 89 for 9 in pursuit of 180 for victory.
A golden spell of bowling by Hazel Shalry, the experience of spinner, and he has demolished the South Castries Lions with a fifer. And the South Castries Lions, they have themselves to blame, having to chase 180. Mostly all the batsmen gave the wickets away, and they will have to go out and lick their wounds.
Spare thought there for Royce Paul. The required run rate was 13 before that ball had been bowled, so there was no 2 ways about it. He needed to get in on the act. But Hazel Shalry, he has been on top of his game here this evening. He's picked up his 5th wicket. He hasn't given anything away to the South Castries Lions. And Joe Senmath, your favorite player, Daniel Jabatis on strike. And he hooks that one into the leg side, and he's off the mark of his first delivery.
Let's see if my favorite player can prove me wrong tonight. But really and truly, the South Castries Lions, they are really out, down and out.
Larry Edward, if you have to speak to him, he'll probably say, I'm still out there. 90 required from 6.4, 13.5 runs and over. Hazel Shalry still has 4 balls left in his spell. Joshua Mann picked up a 6-wicket haul. Can Hazel Shalry do the same here this evening? And it was at this very ground that Joshua Mann. It's Larry Edward. Bottom edges this one back to the bowler. Almost presenting a cotton ball opportunity. All is well in the end. 3 deliveries left in over number 14. And this one is flighted, and Larry Edward goes for it again. Does he find the gap between long on and mid wicket? Yes, he does. And Larry Edward has decided now or never. And he finds a boundary through the mid wicket region. He moves on to 11 of 12. And the South Castries Lions, they move on to 94 for 9.
Yeah, it is a struggle for them out there. A lot of work to be done. And with just the 1 wicket left. So they need a miracle to get to that 180. But the Eagles, they are really flying high.
2 deliveries left in Hazel Shalry's over. That one is flighted. And Larry Edward goes. Does he get enough of this one? Hazel Shalry gets another wicket. And it's that man again on the long on boundary. Sanjay Pamphile sprints away in celebration. The length of the Francis Baba Lastic grounds. And Hazel Shalry, he picks up his 6th wicket. The second 6-wicket haul we've had of SPL 6, and really bowled his team to victory and into second place in the point standing. The Micoud Eagles, they've really demolished the South Castries Lions here this evening in match number 23 of the SPL 6. They win by a comprehensive 85 runs. A big victory. Big boost to the net run rate as well. Sending a signal, clear warning to the other teams that are vying for that all-important top 4 spot in the points table. The Micoud Eagles, they are soaring, and they are soaring high here this evening.
What a poor batting display there by the South Castries Lions. They had to chase 168, and mostly all the batsmen gifted the wickets away to the Micoud Eagles. And so the Micoud Eagles, they played the better cricket, and they would deserve winners here tonight.
Comprehensive performance there from the Micoud Eagles team. They have games in hand, and at the toss, Mervyn Wells said that it's an advantage to them, but they know today that they needed 3 points on the board, regardless of how many games they have in hand. Still 2 games to play for them, but they sit in number 2. At the end of this encounter, the South Castries Lions, they remain outside of the top 4. Unfortunately for them this season, their batting really did not click. And last year's finalists will have to settle for a spot outside of the top 4 this year's SPL. But just to give you a summary of the match this evening, the South Castries Lions, they won the toss and elected to bowl first in this encounter. The Micoud Eagles got to 179 for 4. Captain Mervyn Wells really steadied the ship and batted through the power play and the middle overs. 71 of 50. Samuel Charles, 39 of 27. Keegan Arnold, 21 of 17. Royce Paul, the pick of the bowlers for the South Castries Lions, 2 overs, 1 for 14. Kester Shalmine, 4 overs, 1 for 25. And Daniel Jabatis, 4 overs, 1 for 45. And the South Castries Lions, they really did not get going here this evening. They are bowled out for 94 in 13.5 overs. Efron Charles, 29 of 19. Daniel McDonald, 14 of 21. And Larry Edward in the end, last man to be dismissed, 11 of 13. Hazel Shalry, what a spell of bowling we saw on display here this evening. 3.5 overs, 6 for 17. And Kyron Phillip, 1 over, 1 for 10. And Siobhan Leo, as impressive as ever, 3 overs, 1 for 16. The Micoud Eagles winning by some 85 runs. Final comments from you this evening, Joe Senmouth.
Yes, as I said, the Micoud Eagles, they played the better cricket, and the South Castries Lions, they really did not come to the party, and they are too heavily dependent on 2 or 3 batsmen, and the others really, they threw the wickets away. So, a good win for the Micoud Eagles, and so we will wait for the presentation.
So on behalf of myself, Dexter Solomon, and Joe Senmouth, and the production crew here in the commentary box. And it was a pleasure having you this evening. Stay tuned for the post-match presentation where we will find out who is that all-important man of the match of this evening's encounter. So until the next time, good evening. evening to all our listeners and viewers who stayed with us until the end of this encounter, match number 23 in SPL 6. A very dominant display by the Micoud Eagles, prevailing against the South Castries Lions by 85 runs. And we are here for the post-match presentation. I'd like to call on Kester Charlemagne to have a word with me. Kester, batting collapse again, costing you a crucial encounter in which you really had to win to get to 10 points to give yourself a chance. What do you contribute, or how would you describe your failures in this year's SPL?
All right. First and foremost, let me just say thank you to all the supporters we had that came to watch the games despite the results not going our way. So I'd like to say thank you to all the fans who came out to support. With regards to the game, I just say, just another batting collapse by the team, and we were just unable to overcome the result today.
Hard luck in SPL 6. This is where all ends for you. I do hope that you continue to support the other teams. Any favorites or any team that you're looking forward to going all the way this year?
Well, my favorite team, we part in the competition, so just looking forward to continue watching good cricket and just continue to market the SPL product as quality cricket in St. Lucia.
Indeed.
Thank you.
All right. And at this point, I would like to call on the victorious captain this evening, Captain Mervyn Wells. Mervyn, at the halfway stage, 179, did you feel that you had enough?
I feel we were short of 40 runs. When I went out there, I said to myself that I just want to play free and try to get the team over 200.
Your own batting effort, a vital 70 or 51 deliveries, slow by any means, but crucial in the end. Anything you contribute that to?
I will not say slow. Since I stick around, since I base my mind to bat the whole 20 overs, I sure that the team will get over 200. But unfortunately, I couldn't face the whole 20 overs. Normally when you play cricket, you'll have a partner facing. You cannot face all the balls. So I had luck to the opponent. I had luck to them. They didn't make it to the next round. So I want to say good luck to my boys. Going up, we're still fighting. We are stopping from there. So we have 2 more games to play. No turning back. We're coming back harder.
All the best for those remaining 2 games, Mervyn. And now for the all-important part of the post-match presentation, the Man of the Match Award, which will be presented by Shanice Butcher 2023 Carnival Queen. And for his 3.5 overs, 6 for 17, it is none other than Hazel Shalry, the Curling George Man of the Match here this evening in match number 23. A quick word with you, Hazel. You came at a ground which really, we've seen bowlers really disappear on this ground. What was your plan of attack this evening?
Well, I just came in there to try to put the ball in the good areas and let the batsman make the mistakes.
You're walking away with the man of the match. Will you be sharing that with Sanjay Pamphile? Really took 5 catches this evening, contributing to that 6-wicket haul of yours.
Yes, most definitely. He has a safe pair of hands and he took all the catches offered. So, I know.
And you now sit in second place in the points table, just where the Micoud Eagles would want to be. What do you have to ensure that you continue to do to remain in that position?
Well, all we have to do is play good cricket, play each game on the day and continue playing like true winners.
All the best in the remaining 2 round robin games. And this concludes our post-match presentation here this evening. The action resumes right here at the Francis Baba Lastic ground in Grosley on Friday for encounter between the Choiseul Craft Masters and the Monrepo Pioneers.